Yeah. I can do a quick recap if people want, or someone else can fill in. I don't mind.
We're off to bugger up an ugly man.
Well,
Ah.
I was telling. I know. I think you were here for the odious chalices. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. So from my notes, the odious chalices met up at the White Rose to discuss their plans. They decided they were hungry for blood and exploration, and headed to the richest area of town, the Boardwalk. You guys met Arthur, a strategic financial director for Primalux, who commutes from commutes from Yorkshire, plays Go, his wife's not around, some sort of sad story there. In the midst of the conversation and coffee buying, Rogue was asked to leave by an enforcer of the Boardwalk. There was some mild escalation that was eventually diffused by Lady Grey, who also informed the coterie that this area is under claim by Cato, the Seneschal, and poaching would be a violation of the Masquerade tenets. So, you guys headed to the Palanquin, which is kind of an all-inclusive nightclub / bar / meeting area. Outside, you encountered Gregor, who was the non-violent, amiable, doesn't want to offend Nosferatu. He had lots of meetings. He was doing some stuff with his buddy. You went in the back entrance of the Palanquin. There were plenty of vamps in the small bar at the back, which was kind of like an old English wooden pub. But then you came into the spiraling interior where exclusivity rised with the height. The balconies widening, leading to interesting themed floors like chapel, bars, or Halloween, etc.
What's the name of that place again? The
Palanquin.
Palanquin. Thank you.
Palanquin. Palanquin.
Thank you.
Halfway through, you, Oberon, Bestial failed a feeding and ended up cutting up a girl called Amelia, which freaked several people out. And you guys tried to make it pass as quickly as it could, but it was still quite a disturbance. But eventually the coterie fed, and Rogue also fed from Grey. I've got a note saying earlier. You guys had another chat with Gregor. You traded the Black Buck for 3 days in exchange for the container number that Eagle is hiding in. Eagle being the sire of Rogue. Bit more conversation, and then you guys left for Boxtown. Long drive across to the most decrepit area. There were some smoking folks who headed you into the homeless hub, expecting you to get mugged, etc. in the ABB territory. As you guys started searching randomly through the boxes, Lady Grey found Reet at the kind of little office on the corner. Reet led you on a search for Oni Lee, someone who knows where everything is, apparently. Finding him, you were pickpocketed by an older Japanese lady. But he left you with a warning not to get stabbed. Oh, that's Reet, I see. Yeah, he warned you not to get stabbed, and instead you were shot.
He did his warning.
O&O headed down the hole towards the left, came across a grandma drinking tea, who shouted. A thug shot Oberon through the chest to no effect, and then fled. Oni Lee came to see what all the fuss was about and quickly shooed you out after already getting his payment, gave you a hastily scrawled map with some Chinese markings on it, and closed the door. You spent the next hour and a bit trying to find the sodding 15015 container that holds Rogue Sire, and eventually at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning you arrive with about 4 hours left until sunup once more. And so it's from there that we'll pick back up. It's been a relatively long night, but the four of you are all together in the midst of this horribly smelling piles of kind of animal feces and human feces alike in the streets, as people are kind of wandering between these containers piled on top of each other, making it so that the time the sun does shine in here particularly low. There are rats and other animals around here, and each of these faded colors of the containers are pretty much unique, apart from pretty much the same, apart from the unique number. And you have finally found container number 15015. There's a metal latch that would be the opening mechanism for the door. And you guys are all standing outside, wondering what's waiting for you within.
Well, Rogue, I'm not drunk anymore, so this place isn't as entertaining as it was an hour ago. But I leave it to you whether you want to work this out now or if we should come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we spent all this time getting here. We definitely should come back to it. Of course, we're doing this right now. I'm going to try and rip the door off its hinges.
You're going to try and rip it off its hinges?
Yep.
Okay. This is something you are going to need to do a check for. Definitely.
Yes.
Are you pumping blood or activating any powers, or is this just pure?
You know what? I think I can activate prowess. That'll give me a help.
Alrighty. So
you go, Rogue.
It's a success, so I don't gain any hunger.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
And I might even go as far as to rouse the blood for an extra die.
Yeah. So just to like describe this a little bit more for you, perhaps. You know, these are solid metal shipping containers that are usually hoisted not by forklifts but by cranes.
Yep.
So they're pretty sturdy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay.
Case, I managed to successfully rouse the blood again without gaining hunger. So what is my dice pool for this?
It will be strength and brawl.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Because I'm assuming that's the way you'd go about tackling it. I could go athletics, but it's probably more.
Oh, please leave it at brawl, because that gives me a dice pool of 10.
Yeah, you are going to need like 7 or more successes.
I thought it would be difficult.
Have you tried just using the mechanism of the door? You know, like the handle?
4, 5, 6. Oh!
Does my
I'm going to use
cheering
willpower
assist him?
and re-roll.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. And that still doesn't gain me any more.
Okay. So how would you go about? Are you trying to twist the door off, or are you trying to break the hinges, or are you?
I'm just literally just seeing him just grabbing hold of the door by the sides and twisting his whole body, just trying to rip it straight off.
Alrighty.
From the hinge side.
So you watch as Rogue kind of says, I've got this, walks up a little bit, perhaps cracks his knuckles in his neck as he limbers up, plants one hand in the gap between the hinges of the door and another one kind of on top just to try and get a bit of leverage. And you see him settle his feet into the ground to try and get a good wide stance before he takes in a deep breath and then roars and rips and attempts to twist the metal. You hear the sound of shrieking and cracking as his fingers actually start to crush the metal between his superpower enhanced strength. The metal again is creaking and breaking, and at one point the thinner metal on the side actually shatters a little bit, and lines of metal go darting through your fingers, Rogue, drawing just small amounts of blood into the air. But the solid iron hinges hold. They bend, but they hold. And you have created effectively like a little gap, like a little oval-shaped gap in between the two side-mounted iron hinges, but the door is still on.
Ah, well done, darling. You really do have this. Now the smallest gnat could make its way into this shipping container. Perhaps you would like to continue until the others amongst us will be able to get in.
Was there a padlock on the door or something? I don't. Why didn't we try? Okay. Well, I still support.
No,
I still
I
support you, Rogue.
I just believe that my darling little one is trying to, as they call it in the business, show off.
I want to peek through the hole. Rogue, let me get on your shoulders.
It's not so high.
Okay. Well, let me look through the hole. Oh, right. I don't know why I meant. Okay.
Yeah. As in, I thought you were just making a short joke.
I'm short, but I'm strong. I'll fight you.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I think Rogue's like 5 foot. 5'1",
5'1".
Yeah, I was like, I'm fairly sure he's pretty short.
Am I sensing any of the unseen here? It's
No.
passively. There's no supernatural entity.
No, not here.
Okay. Well, can I look through the hole?
Yes. As you peer through, it's pretty dark. You see a standard shipping container. It's got some boxes, a couple pallets on the ground, filled with some stuff. But you also hear some shuffling. There's pallets with cardboard boxes on them of differing sizes, all stacked neatly. But one of them moves as there's some shuffling that disturbs it.
Well, I suggest you guys try the door. Are there sides on the the shipping container? Is it like wall to wall, or can I walk around the side of it?
No. So it's a completely enclosed cuboid, effectively.
Okay.
Yeah. Faded red paint on the inside and outside, but no other entrance or exit that you could see. But you couldn't see the back because there's a pallet of boxes in the way.
Hey, let's make a note. I need a gun.
Okay. Let's put things like that on a little post-it note in the background for now. And let's deal with things that we can action.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if there's gonna be a brawl, I won't be able to contribute much. Besides moral support.
Darling, look at me. Do you think I'm going to do much in a brawl? Do you think I want to get this dirty hoodie even dirtier?
Well, okay.
I forgot I was wearing this for a minute and I put my hand on this jumper. It's disgusting.
I'll open the door if you guys want. You want me to try the handle?
What kind of handle is the door?
It's a metal handle.
I mean, is it like a knob or is it like something I can make a shiv out of?
They're usually just bars. It's like bars and a lever.
Yeah, it's it sticks out a little bit, and it's used to move the bar mechanisms up or down to lock or unlock the door.
Once the door's open, I would like to rip off the handle just so we have a stake. That is my plan.
It will be a metal stake.
It's not going to be great, but
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I was thinking of a door to carve into the side, like the game was Sims.
But yeah, are you attempting to open the doors?
Yeah, I think Oberon said he was gonna pull the handle.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I've already been damaged today.
With a bit of asking due to the slight damage to the door, the latch does open eventually. And as the bars slide down and you pull out, the little bit of ambient light from outside pours in. And you guys can see the old plastic wrapping and some kind of fluttering of fabric seems to be the only noise really from within. There are a couple of boxes that are impeding your way. But nothing beyond that you can see.
I'll walk in tenderly.
Yeah.
Can I? Is there like investigation for traps?
Yes, yeah. You can
I'm
attempt
wary
to
of
be.
traps.
You can attempt to be aware. I'll give you resolve and awareness.
Well, I hope this is a shitty trap because I only have 3. Roll 1 success.
Okay. Yeah. So the pallets are the width of the container. So really, to move forward past this, you'd either have to clamber over the top, pull the pallet out, or squeeze in the kind of 10-20 centimeter gap on either side. Just so you're aware. But looking around, doesn't seem to be any wires that you can see, and that's about all you could think of to look for at the minute.
Rogue, I hope you know I'm doing this for you. I'm going to take any of this initial violence so that I don't have to take any afterwards.
Not quite sure that's how it works, but okay.
I'm gonna tiptoe inside and say, hello, is there anybody in there?
Okay. You start creeping forwards around the sides.
Whoa, nice sound effect.
If you're actively looking for someone, I would ask you to give me wits and awareness.
Let me see. Awareness is what? Skill?
Yes, awareness is a skill.
Just underneath academics on the right.
I got 1. Yeah. Another 3 dice roll. Let's hope this guy's snoring. 1 success.
That sounded like a lot of dice.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
That was also me getting my dice out, don't worry.
Okay, that's better.
We're just here to talk, I think.
You know, we could just leave him.
Little one, we don't do things like that, do we?
But you attempted, right?
You know, person, I'm not going... I could just step back out. I'm doing this for you, like I said.
Don't worry, we're right here. We're not going anywhere.
All right. So you begin to creep round the interior and talking out, saying reassuring things. And it seems to be empty. You get to the back of the container. There's no hole in the ground for anyone to scurry into.
What's being kept in the container? What's in the boxes and on the pallets?
You're gonna open some?
Well, is there any indication before?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can kind of climb up and look over some that have probably got a break or two in them. Seem to be styrofoam packaging primarily. If you want to dig in and have a look, you can.
I'm at the back now of the container.
Yeah.
Man.
So there are about like 4 or 5 pallets with kind of one gap halfway through.
I guess I'll open a couple. I don't want to do too much damage. Just try to, like, enough so I can look inside.
Yeah, seems to be some crates of electronic items, computer parts of some form, whether it's kind of sticks of RAMs or old motherboards with wires. and it's all kind of buried in this styrofoam packaging and sometimes bagged in plastic bags.
And it wasn't locked up, huh?
No.
Oh, we could start a
A lot of
Bitcoin
them
farm.
But the ones on top seem to have these things in them.
I guess I'll climb back out, and I'll take one with me, like as an example, and
Sure. Yeah.
I'll toss it to Rogue, and I'll say, any idea what your sire would want with a bunch of old computer parts?
I mean, can I roll to examine the parts and get any idea?
Yeah, you can make a technology and intelligence check.
Oh boy, that's 2 dice.
Nice, yeah.
1 success.
1 success. Yeah, these are computer parts. They're probably used to build computers. Maybe he's building a computer.
You know what? That's my response. Maybe he's building a computer.
Are they damaged at all, or are they like are you said they're used, or they look new?
Yeah, like one of the motherboards has got random wires coming out of it that have been cut off, so that there's just the raw wire sticking out of the sheath. Others seem to be new in packaging.
I'm going to snap whatever I've just been thrown. I'm assuming I'm overboard right in half.
Sure.
Just out of spite.
Yeah.
Was that really necessary, little one?
No, but at least I got some anger out of it.
So we have a shipping container where this fellow is meant to be, but he is not, and instead it is full of computer parts.
What are the chances that we've just been sent on a wild goose chase?
Well, he's not a goose, he's a nos. It's a rat chase.
Be that as it may.
We have been misdirected regardless, if this is any kind of chase.
At this point,
Go on, sorry.
Ophelia and Oberon would both again hear a shuffling within the container. Just something stir and a box shift against another box and a slight scrape sound that then goes quiet again.
If anybody's more perceptive than I, then maybe you'd like to poke your head in there. But if there is somebody in there, revealing yourself now would make things much more amenable for everybody.
Go ahead and give me charisma plus persuasion.
It's 8 dice. I have 4 successes and a possible bestial failure.
Cool, okay. There's a brief pause of a couple of seconds, and just as you're kind of about to move on, you just hear a muttered kind of under the breath, "Oh, shit." And appearing as from thin air, actually lying on top of one of the pallets, suddenly with his motion stirring him into view. Rogue, you see the familiar face. The slightly balding, middle-aged features of your sire, but definitely different, as his thin brown hair is actually almost hidden from view by the much more prominent web of black veins that ooze around him, particularly in his temples going down towards his neck, creating almost these web-like hands that will reach up around and clasp his head before diving underneath his clothing out of view. He's not particularly a hideous man apart from that. Some quaint part of the Nosferatu curse, perhaps, you're not entirely sure. But he begins to clamber down and said, well, if you're going to keep on poking around, I guess you'll find me eventually.
Sorry, Toby, you cut out a bit at the end there.
Oh, sorry. He says, well, if you're going to keep on poking around, I guess you'll find me eventually.
Rogue's going to try and climb in, like, in a rage.
Wait, Rogue, we made a promise. We said we would be amenable.
There's laws in this city.
What are you doing here, Eagle? You're Eagle, right?
Yes, I'm Eagle.
What are the computer parts for?
Pass the time.
Oh. What are you gonna do with them? Just collect them?
I'm going to pass the time with them.
You're gonna build a time machine?
Parts.
Whoa, slow down. We're building a rapport here.
Let me just...
Are you gonna make a Bitcoin farm?
How you doing, Rogue? Long time no see.
I'm going to punch him. I'm going to just...
I'm still standing inside the container, and I want to physically put myself between the two. Yeah.
Okay. Give me strength and brawl at a -2 penalty because of the interposing nature of your coterie member.
We've got plenty of time to punch him.
Damn straight. 6 successes. What'd you get,
Somebody's
Rogue?
typing furiously.
Oh, sorry, I completely zoned out. Is it brawl and strength, did you say?
Yeah, strength and brawl if you're trying to punch him. About a 2 penalty.
Do I get a bonus die because of Kindred? Nice. So it's only a 1 penalty then. Oh, hang on.
Oh, God.
7.
Oh, God.
All right, so you beat him by 1. And as you step forward to land kind of 2 quick punches to both sides of his head, you actually miss 1 because of Oberon stepping in your way, and it's a pretty awkward place to fight, and he tries to scramble behind a pallet, and your other fist just kind of grazes across the wood of the pallet, splinters coming into your knuckles. But you do catch him and just knock him a little bit. It didn't actually do any damage, though, particularly.
I'll take it.
And yeah, he kind of backs off and spins around the other side of the pallet, head poking out, almost like whack-a-mole sort of style.
Oberon is going to fall back very, like, princess-like. I fall back onto my keister and I go, ah! And I'm not going to interfere anymore besides that.
All I said was hello. Suppose I could have been more welcoming, but I didn't exactly expect you here, given I'm hiding from everyone.
And what a marvellous job of it you're doing as well.
Who ratted me out then?
I don't believe we will reveal our sources.
I'll find out eventually. It was one of the Nos. They don't really like me that much. I'm new. See, not really part of them.
Yes, I can tell you're new from the way that you sired a child and then got rid of them and left them to be.
Look, it's business, all right? The way things work.
Is it? Is it really how things work?
Yeah. How would you know anyway?
What business would that be?
Oh, favors, trading, that sort of thing.
That's not a business. That's a method of business.
No, let's do business with him. I'm sure you know, dearest Papa, of what's happening over at our little club.
Yeah. Just listen, kid. I don't care much about you, but don't call me Papa, you faggot. It's just weird.
Oh my god.
Okay, guess he's getting our punch.
No, little one, behave.
No, I think this one's justified.
Rogue is literally there with his fist raised. He's got to close his eyes really tightly to resist.
Yeah. Son, if you want to fight, we can fight fair and square. Let's get out of here and do it later time. But for now, I'd like to kind of keep my hiding. All right? You want to go one-on-one, I'll one-on-one you at another time. Not right now. I've got to wait a couple weeks or whatever until this goes away.
Right. Here's how it's going to go. You want to keep hiding? I want some of your secrets.
Are you trying to extort me?
What can I say? I learned from the best. And I'm just going to glance over to Lady Grey.
Yes, I was going to ask the question, what's in it for us to keep you hidden?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you know as well as I do. As soon as you guys leave, I'm out of here. You can't hold that over me. The only thing you can hold over me is giving me a right kicking.
But
I
given
don't think you're the type to actually take my life. I'm the one who brought you into this world, remember? Taking from me is awful bad luck from what I've heard.
But alas, given how quickly we found you this time, why don't we just find you again?
It's
Why
true
did
enough.
I just drag you outside into the sun?
Perhaps we can stay there together. I know you'll burn perhaps a little slower than I, but it'll take you two.
I suppose that's a sacrifice I'd be willing to make to see you dead.
You've got to learn to live for more, kid. The world's bigger than petty revenge.
Like collecting spare computer parts to pass the time?
Well, that's just a way to pass the time between things bigger than revenge.
Like what?
I ain't telling until we got some sort of deal here. Is that what you want to know? I tell you this, then you piss off?
We want what you know about the club.
The club? What, your faggot place?
Yes.
The fist is getting ever closer to his face, by the way.
Let me tell you this, my dear friend. The fists that are getting closer to your head, with just a handful of words, they will move a lot faster and hit a lot harder if you don't tell me everything.
So you're the one who's taking in the cub then? You're his like mama.
You
You're not
could
making
say,
it on your own.
let's just say I'm cleaning up after your messes for you, which means in a way you owe me.
In a way, I suppose. Depends if I was supposed to make a mess or not.
You're gonna make
Well,
a mess when we pulverize you.
you already have made a mess, and I've cleaned it up. Tell us what you know before those fists hit you.
You know, you should really learn to do business prettier.
We tried the pretty route, it didn't work.
What, with me? You
Or
walked into my house and you punched me. He just walked in, I said, "How are you?" and he slugged me across the chin.
you abandoned the poor little thing.
Oh, yeah, but that's just, you know, contractual this and that. Sorry,
Funny.
you're just an experiment, nothing more. A taste of what it might really be like. And you got paid good. That's something.
At this point, Rogue's going to push himself forward. He's not going to hit because, well, Lady Grey has instructed that not be the best point yet. But his arm is definitely going to be digging into Eagle's neck, pressing him into the back of the side of the. I've forgotten what they're called.
Shipping container.
Yes, that.
Yeah. He allows it to happen. Not necessarily that he could fight you off, but just that he's not interested in fighting this. And he just says, look, if you're going to respond to someone telling you that you're a worthless piece of shit by trying to beat them up and getting all pissy over the fact your life doesn't mean anything, you're not going to get very far in this world, yeah? There are 10,000 of you out there. No one knows your name, really. No one really cares. You're replaceable, just like me. Best get used to it.
The arm will remove itself slowly.
It's better. There's no point getting all fisticuffs with everyone just because you don't like what I look like or what I say. I'm a piece of shit, and so are you. At least I know.
At least I didn't go around killing someone for power.
Yeah. Look, what does your mum do?
Don't. Do you think they know you're not actually meant to be a Nos?
Oh, they know, all right. It's the Nos is trying to keep secrets from the secret keepers. It's never going to work. Of course, I told him. Look, it's pretty clear you don't know much of what's going on here, so why don't I spill some beans about your club and you piss off eastwards, all right?
That's all we want.
Excellent.
I want one more thing on top of it.
Apparently, that's not all we want.
You used to be like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning you know some tricks. Things only people like you once was could do. Things I want to know how to do.
Just spit it out.
Alchemy. I know you've got some recipes lying in there.
I know bits. I know tidbits I could tease you with, but probably one or the other, mate, here.
It's going to be both, or I'm going to drag you out into the daylight.
All right.
And I don't care if I die.
Why do we assume that he knows anything about our club?
He's a Nos. They know more or less everything about anything.
Hey,
We just
Eagle,
tend to not talk to people like you.
can I ask a question before we proceed?
Of course.
What are you hiding from?
Oh, fresh blood or new in the city?
Both?
Well, these, and he gestures to the black inky veins that are kind of swathing around his temple, and then he starts to unbutton his jumper a little bit and pulls down his t-shirt just to the point that you can kind of get just to kind of down to the nipple there, and you see that there are a stronger host of black veins that are pulsing. He says, these are what I'm hiding with. I don't want people seeing me like this, you understand? It's a proof of my crime. I'm a wait until it goes away before I show my face tonight again. That's why I'm hiding. It's proof of what I've done.
What is it? Some kind of affliction? Have you been doing drugs or something? What is it?
Rogue is at that point just going to let out a huge sigh and just step away from Eagle for a second.
Yeah. See, I imagine some of you have put two and two together. How a thin blood can be a Nosferatu at the same time. It's not that they passed on their curse or nothing like that. I took it from them. Took it from one guy in particular. That was my last job. Take him, find him, beat him, then drink him dry. Till his soul's mine and I break it within me. That's the curse that you see, that I'm oozing out of my veins at the minute. This blackness, that's him. And I'm trying to get rid of him. Sooner the better, really. But that diablerie, that's what this is. That's my stain. That's what outlawed by almost all of vampires. All kindred. Camarilla or Ranark. None of them like it. None of them have got the balls for it.
Oh
I could do
dear.
it.
And what is this gonna give you? Are you going to become more powerful? You want to become a true Nosferatu and not a thin blood? Is that it?
Oh, I am a true Nosferatu now. Got all the perks, but none of the downsides. I don't look fucking hideous, or at least I won't until my veins change back. But
Well,
I
that's
can do all manner
debatable.
of things. I know. You can't all be pretty boys like you, though.
You're right. I shouldn't judge you for that.
Mm.
You should judge him because he killed another kindred.
Yeah, that does seem pretty. Well, maybe he was desperate. Were you desperate, Eagle? Is that why you did it?
Sure, let's say that.
I think we should show him pity. Of course, he'd have to give us what we're looking for.
Yeah. So you're interested for information about your own club?
Well, I don't know why they think that you have that information. Do you?
Well, I'm part of the Nosferatu, one way or the other. I can find out.
I'd rather make friends with real Nosferatu. If Rogue wants to indulge themselves in a few alchemical recipes, that sounds interesting to me.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck. Toreador in this city trying to make friends with Nosferatu after what they've done for the last 400 years. You'll need it.
You mean made this city a vibrant cultural epicenter?
Perhaps in the last 10 years, mate. But you got 390 still missing.
Well, I wasn't a vampire back then, so I'm not responsible.
Some of us were.
Were you?
No, of course not. I'm a thin blood. But some of the clan, if you're trying to meet the real Nosferatu, as you put it, oh, they're gonna like shaking you down for all you've got and leaving you, leaving you in their gutter.
You
I'd be
know,
careful.
you know what I think they would make a very nice gift to show our good intentions. Probably
What?
bringing somebody who diablerized one of them. I think
Oh,
I think they'd really enjoy that.
oh, sweetheart. Oh, it is pretty. You really tried to think there, didn't you? I could see the cogs turning. Nah, you've got to understand where it is. So I get my jobs. This wasn't a punishment for the Nos. This was a reward from them. One of their own that wasn't worthy, let's put it. Didn't pass the tests. The trial by
Fascinating.
fire ended with him burned and ash.
Who's this guy that you ate anyway?
Huh?
Who is he? Tell me more.
Who was he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's some dead prick like Rogue. No one cares about him. No one knows his name. He's probably screaming it now with his soul, but I can't hear.
That's depressing. It's funny how you make yourself sound so important and then you say the guy you ate is worthless.
Oh, I'm more important than I was. I'm climbing the ladder slowly but surely. People used to pit on me, now they'll only shit on me. Not both. But, no, I think I'll let you figure it out slowly yourself.
Well,
How long do you need to get us the information we want?
It depends what you're looking for. I can find bits and pieces. I can get you deeds if you want. I can have a look. But, depends what information you're looking for.
As much as you can get, ideally.
What, financial, historical, logistical? You're looking for land charts? You're looking for previous owners?
Pretty much. I want to know what happened in those tunnels, who did what, why, where. I need to know everything.
Give me a week. And probably some money. If I'm getting all that for you, there's going to be some bribes.
Money is no question. Money
Excellent.
can be arranged.
I want it dropped off here in cash.
Ah, well.
I don't exactly have a bank account, miss.
I think I've got like $100, £100 left.
Yes, well, little one, you're going to need to make that last a little. You're not getting your pocket money.
You see,
And,
Eagle goes to make a joke there and then thinks better of it still.
yeah, because if it even looks like he's going to make a joke, there is a glare coming from Lady
Yeah,
Blue.
yeah. There's like a bit of mischief in his eye, and he meets your eyes, and just it wilts.
I love that you knew what was going to happen.
Maybe you are a good mum for him then. You seem to know that business can be done, even when all parties aren't necessarily fond of each other.
I run a massive property management company. I know that business takes many different forms.
I'm surprised you put up with a thin blood like him then. Thought the Mercurial were all beneath you, business-minded folks.
Perhaps I am different. Perhaps I see the benefits in the arrangement that I have been given.
The most desperate can be paid for the least. Pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
Little one is not a monkey.
Another joke is swallowed.
I'm right here.
I don't understand why we're committing to this.
Because information is key.
And we could deal with somebody more tasteful.
Perhaps, but they also won't give me alchemy. And I need those recipes if I'm going to bake anything of myself and not turn out like him.
Why don't we make a deal for that then?
Well, the other argument I would say, my dear little one, is if he has all of these recipes, but he didn't make anything of himself.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Were you guys talking to me?
No.
Oh.
No, I was making a point to my dear little one, which seems to have sailed right over their head.
No, it's just got me thinking.
Well, that was the intention, my dear little one.
How long could it possibly take to learn some alchemy?
I need the recipe. Written now. Give me that, and I walk out that door, and you won't see me for a long enough time. Your business with Lady Grey, that is the only business you have with me.
Sounds like a good arrangement to me.
I don't exactly read and write things down. You want to learn? You can sit in here and watch.
And how long will it take you?
Got to get the ingredients as well. You want to learn? You stay here for the night.
Deal.
All right.
And that's how I got Diablerized.
Rest of you going to piss off, or you all going to have a slumber party with me?
I'd prefer not to.
I will be staying.
Will you now? I can maybe shack up a nice couple cardboard boxes. That would be a nice comfy bed for you.
Rogue is going to look to Lady Grey at this point, and it's an almost saddened look. You can see he's trying to put up a wall, but, he's been with Lady Grey for a while. She will definitely see that he's saddened. It's as if he's pleading for her to go. He doesn't want to put her at risk.
I do not trust you alone with my little one, so I will be staying. Stop looking at me like that, little one.
Looks away instantly.
Right. Well, whilst I'm making myself busy, you might as well make yourself busy. Find some sheets or whatever you can in this homeless haven. We need to repair the door so the sun doesn't get in soon. If somebody broke
Yes.
it.
My little one apologizes for the inconvenience.
Yeah, there's a perfectly good handle.
I'll get to work on it now.
No, little one, you have alchemy to deal with. How about I go and look for the sheets while you do things?
Hey, can I have the car keys?
Can you drive? You know what? We've got more cars where this came from. This was just a crappy one.
I'll come
I will
pick you
throw
up.
the car keys. I will throw over. I can't talk. I will throw or fucking hell.
You will throw Oberon the car keys, little one.
Yes.
Which is one of the sets of car keys I didn't even know we. So I'm rather glad it's getting off my person.
I'll come pick you guys up tomorrow.
I appreciate that.
I'll bring.
Have a good night.
Have a good day.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, so I would leave.
Okie dokie. I'm going to assume that Ophelia will probably head with you.
It would be in character for us.
Where would you two head, probably? Back to the club, or?
Yeah, I think that's where our haven is.
Yeah. And I mean, it will be in business. On its second night.
Well, by now it's probably close to last call, right?
Yeah.
Or if not already past by the time I get there.
Yeah, you'd be at least fashionably late. Very fashionable. Alrighty, so you guys are going to take the car back, whilst the lady is going to try and get some form of covering and shielding for this metal container. The sun getting in. And Rogue, are you gonna walk off with Eagle?
Yep.
Going to search for materials, apparently.
One other thing. When I get back, I would probably tell Chunk, my mall security cop, I would tell him to go to that container just to watch it from the outside.
Okay, sure. That is good to know. Right. Unless we've got anything, we'll pick up with Eagle and Rogue, who start to walk out of Boxtown together. Now, Eagle's a pretty short guy, but he's still a little bit taller than you.
Everyone's taller than me.
And it's odd because there's a bit of a swagger to him, but it's sort of subdued, and you get the impression that it's intentionally subdued by him. He's wearing a big hoodie with the hood over his head and drawstrings pulled a little tighter than normal to really try and restrict any view of his face. You notice that he's also wearing gloves and long baggy jeans with kind of high tops over, so that pretty much all of his skin is covered, which means really underneath any lamplight that might be here, pretty much impossible to see the dark veins on his skin. But he starts to initially walk off and then kind of shouts to you, we might as well get going then, sun's dying, we've got to get someone here and back before sunup, so we're going to run with me. And he starts to start doing runs and then occasionally jumping quite far whenever there's kind of breaks in the ground or whatever. He's leaping pretty easily across the landscape.
Okay, yep. Rogue's going to do his best to keep up.
Yeah. You do pretty aptly. You do fall behind a little bit, just out of the sheer nature of him being able to jump further and farther than you can actually run flat out. But he's not like trying to leave you behind or anything. He's just demonstrating.
He's trying to show off.
Yeah, a little bit, definitely. And you guys start to make your way out of Boxtown, out of these fields of containers stacked up on each other. And you know that you're heading north towards one of the kind of the old borough where all the dock workers used to actually live. So it's not a lovely neighborhood, but it's not horribly beaten down either. Eventually, you guys come to kind of the top of an old warehouse. So you've climbed up the back of a fire escape where he kind of mainly jumped up, pretty much, and you're surveying the city in the darkness. And he turns to you once you kind of eventually climb up and says, "So, what have you learned about resonance? What do you know that you need?"
I know that it's my nature to drink different resonance and gain powers other vampires need to study for.
Yeah, but do you know how to smell it, how to find it, and what you need for which?
I'm the best at smelling resonance.
Well, what are you looking for then to make? We've got a few ideas depending on who we catch, but in this place you generally only get a couple strong ones.
Well, aren't you meant to be teaching me?
Yeah, but there's no point me teaching something you already know. Or you completely clueless.
I'm assuming we require certain resonances for certain alchemic equations.
Right, from the beginning then, I see.
Ugh, you are so annoying.
Look, we haven't got much time, so I can only rush through this. I want you to find someone then if you can sniff them out.
Mm-hmm.
Find someone with not just blood, but a strong feeling, strong emotion boiling within them. Doesn't really matter what. I'll teach you whatever you find. But it's against the rules to hunt in Boxtown where I'm from, so I had to take you out of there. Try and find someone with the strongest thing you can that's got the highest chance of this all working. Don't go for vampires.
Okay. Would you like me to make a roll for that then?
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Are you just going to try and smack someone in an alleyway, or are you looking?
I mean, I was looking to use Bloodhound to try and find the strongest I can.
Yeah. Bloodhound detects people roughly near you.
Yes, I do suffer a penalty for the more distance.
Yes. So were you looking in a specific place, or were you going to wander the streets for an hour or so trying to find something? Because you are a pretty crunchy time of it.
Yeah. Do I know this area we're in very well?
This is the other end of the city from where you usually are, so you don't know too well. No. Unfortunately.
In which case, I think I'm going to have to wander the streets.
Yeah. Looking at the map, there's a shopping centre. There's the city hospital. That's probably still got quite a few people going in and about. But that's probably actually quite out your way. You're more in the Downs, which doesn't have much going on in it.
I mean, there's a university.
Yeah, there's a uni. So there's probably on a Saturday night. Sunday. Yeah, Saturday night, Sunday morning. There's probably a student bars somewhere.
Horny drunken students. I'll take it.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna get you to make me a wit streetwise check to try and find a good area, perhaps where some parties are.
4.
4's fantastic. Yeah, you managed to find kind of a little mini hub, effectively, where there are pub crawls going on by students late into the night, and then actually what's a off-site dorm, where there is definitely merriment still occurring even at this late hour. It's now kind of pushing 3 in the morning. Or it's probably pushed 3 in the morning, actually. And do your bloodhound check then, as you kind of talk your way by just kind of grabbing one of those red cups filled with some liquid. Talk to some people. You're pretty strong. You're relatively attractive from memory as well. So you're able to make your way in easily.
That would be a bestial failure, I believe.
What do you get?
A bestial failure, I believe.
Oh, nice. As in, did you get any successes at all?
Oh, no, not a single one.
Not a single one, and a bestial failure.
Yep.
Do you want to use willpower, or are we going to bestial failure this?
I'm going to bestial failure this. It's only Bloodhound, so I'm going to see where that goes. Oh, God.
All right. Beast I am, lest a beast I become. So,
it's been a rough night, you know. I've had to deal with Eagle.
Yeah. You end up freaking a couple of people out as your attempt to bloodhound is. There's a strong smell permeating this dorm, and booze is everywhere. There's a lot of other scents from various drugs and human liquids that are definitely strong as you kind of activate your more bloodhound scent, and it is just rich in life. And some people start hitting on you. And lost in the moment, still with a pseudo living heart, you begin to live in the moment as the beast actually takes hold in that sense. You're kind of trying to push away from it at the same time as pushing into it, and end up having to find refuge in the party. And before really you know it, you're fighting between biting someone's throat out and making out with them. And it's a really dangerous line that you're trying to ride effectively. It's the only way that you can distract yourself from the horror of what you're being told to do is by overpowering it with something even stronger. And so you resort to what you've done perhaps before. You resort to the drugs and the drink and become really the party rather than a person within it.
Oh.
I would like you to go ahead and roll me effectively a frenzy check. It's that sort of resistance roll. So it's going to be the number of willpower you haven't expended
Yep.
plus a third of your humanity to see if you can,
Is
maintain.
that rounded down or rounded up, the humanity?
It's rounded down. It's always rounded down.
Okay, cool.
The rules don't like you. It's not me, it's the rules. So, hello, Effie.
Hello.
Hello, you've joined at a fun time. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. That was the threshold. Okay. So you managed to pass about an hour here in the scent and the heat and the rhythm, effectively, of the night. What's your hunger at as well?
1.
Okay, yeah. So you are, if you want, able to stave off actually feeding, though in a series of passing between person and person, you do make out with quite a few and perhaps get tastes of this, tastes of that in between, leaving you slightly drugged, slightly intoxicated, and with a couple of interesting things running through your system. You think you've kind of rode the wave and back kind of in control of yourself as the party naturally begins to die down, as people go to their own rooms with others, etc. And you're invited. As you notice, it's getting late. And by late, I mean it's getting early. Would you have a watch or do you have a phone?
I will have a phone.
Okay. If not, then someone's left their phone drunk on a coffee table or something.
Oh, well, that's mine now.
Yeah. It's been like an hour and 10 minutes. It's probably an hour until sunup.
Mm-hmm. Do I know
And
if
you're
Eagle is still around?
Huh?
Do I know if Eagle is still around?
You wandered off
Oh boy.
in search of someone, and you don't know if he came looking for you or not, but it's almost impossible to find a specific kindred in the night of the city, and even if he came to this party, he may not have seen you.
I think I'm just going to start wandering around, just going, Eagle! 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 You son of a bitch.
Okie dokie. How long are you going to do that? It's about an hour till sunup. You do it 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I'm going to go a good 15 minutes.
Okay. Was someone else interjecting here?
I don't think anyone else is around.
No, sorry. I thought I heard something, but it might have just been feedback. Alrighty. 15 minutes of you shouting go by. There's no response apart from a couple guys who look at you and just assume you're flat out wasted. Looking into the skies and shouting eagle at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, this is great. I'm assuming, despite being drunk, instinct will kick over at some point, and I will look for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not flat out wasted. You just got some fun bits buzzing through you at the minute.
Exactly. So, I'm going to look for some place temporarily, which I believe to be safe enough to spend the day.
Alrighty. Well, what are you looking for? Are you trying to squat or are you breaking in somewhere?
Either or. He is not against having to break in somewhere.
Okay. I'm going to have you make another wits and streetwise check.
Awesome.
As you're trying to quickly spot a place that is.
Oh my fucking god. That's a dice pool of 4, by the way. 8 successes.
How many?
8.
Oh, did you double crit?
Yep.
Well, that's one for like 10,000. Okay, yeah. So you're walking through the streets, slightly drunk, with some drugs going in an unfamiliar place, trying to look for somewhere that is A, sunproof, and B, not going to be disturbed by mortals in the sun hours that could perhaps kill you, basically, in the middle of the day. You stop in a couple of pubs but they're mainly closed. You're wondering about breaking in, but they also open up earlier sometimes. You're not sure if they're pub restaurants, etc. So those won't do. So another 10 minutes goes by. You're starting to see like the sky in the distance change color, and perhaps starting to get a little nervous. You pick up the pace, start jogging between the streets now, trying to clear your mind as the really cold winds racing past your hair. Eventually, you come to a line of shops, street shops. That's no good. Run past that. More residential areas, more cul-de-sacs. Useless. If it's not empty and doesn't have like a basement, it's not good enough. There are sheds. That's not going to work really. There's too many cracks in all the wood, and you don't have enough time now if you were to find somewhere to repair it. And there's there's really an impending sense of doom, perhaps, starting to come on Rogue as he realizes just how late he has left it, and that how the beast isn't necessarily a killer in the sense of killing others, but in the loss of control. The sky is turning red now with sunlight hitting the clouds and starting to reflect off them onto you, and you can feel just this strange scent of burning, as it's the lightest you can remember it being for ages. You're beginning to feel sluggish and tired, not just from the drugs, but from your natural want and will to find somewhere to rest, to lie down, to stop, to cease. But you have to drive to keep on going. You're running out of options until you find a church. The spire of it is what you spot poking out above the rest of the houses. Perhaps a symbol of a haven for centuries in this city. Not really having any other options, you dive towards it. There's a small picket fence and a graveyard that surrounds it, and you just run forward. The old oval doors still open, as in not locked. You kind of bash into them and open it up, and you come into a pew hidden recess. There seems to be some children's toys on a mat near the front of the altar. But these windows are all stained glass. You push in further, and there are various kind of cupboards and crevices and other corridors leading up and downward. Up seems to be to a little attic that's honestly still not good enough. It's not sunproof. You can't be sure. So you go down, and at this point, the sun is coming through all the windows and starting to burn you. Downstairs seems to be a smaller basement with kind of a fridge and a freezer, but it's still not good enough. You can see through the roof above you is little slivers of sunlight that will slowly comb through the entire area. And then you remember the altar. Underneath is the baptism font. You run back up to the main recess, kind of push the altar to one side, huge stones scraping against it. Manage to pick up the kind of altar that's recessed underneath the baptism font, hide yourself within it, pull the baptism font back over you. Solid stone above and beneath you. Here, perhaps you'll be safe for the night.
Dang. That was intense.
Yeah, like being caught out is very dangerous. Yeah, and this isn't familiar territory, but that is how you spend your daytime.
This is gonna be. This is Rogue's awakening to change their life.
I'm going to become human again. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Well, everyone loves church, right? Hiding in a baptism font. The irony for a vampire is strong. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll pick up with Lady Grey, and then perhaps we'll catch up Ophelia on what were the goings on so far. Lady, what were you doing in this completely untroubled night?
So she was looking for things to cover up the holes in the shipping. Probably there's got to be some kind of plastic sheeting.
Yeah.
That you can throw over the front of docks always use plastic sheeting to cover containers and things. So she's probably looking for some sheet that's big enough to cover the container.
Yeah. If you're happy to spend enough time to do it, I don't think we need to make a roll. If you're happy to spend like an hour or so.
Yeah, she's got time to kill.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Does Eagle come back at all?
He will at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, because when Eagle returns without little one,
yes,
he's going to start mildly panicking.
Yes, that's fair enough. Yeah, so you find some like plastic sheeting and some other bits of scrap metal and whatnot, and weight down effectively a good enough cover to the point that it is overly done. There is no way any sunlight is getting through this hole, given that there's a massive shield covering the entire hole twice over, effectively, and then plastic wrapping to be sure on every single side. And it only took you an hour. If only other people could be so efficient.
I sent a mild dig at you there, little one.
As you're kind of admiring your work, you spot another figure wandering down. Not homeless. This is the shadowed, sticking to the shadows, definitely figure of Eagle, who, as he walks closer, well, now that you look at it, runs closer. Doesn't have anyone behind him.
Eagle.
He gets to sort of within 20 meters of you and kind of puts his hands up in kind of mock surrender. As you say, Eagle, he goes, I don't know what to tell you.
You have 10 seconds to show me my little one before I go mad.
Well, I'm going to spend 5 seconds telling you and then 5 seconds running then. Sent him to get immortal, never came back. Peace. And starts to...
And she's just going to try and grab him.
Yeah. He kind of jogs off slowly, as in he's not actually running. He's getting distance.
Yeah, no, she's running up and she is grabbing him.
Yeah. Right, okay, I'm here to talk. He can outpace you pretty much.
What do you say you're here to talk, and yet you don't seem to be stopping?
Oh, I'm just making sure you're not going to do any grabbing. You promised that we can just talk. I'll stop. All right?
Good. Let's talk. And you will come up with a solution to find my little one.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Actually, I should have done this before. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out some sunglasses and puts them on. Right. Now I can talk safely.
Oh, I see what you're doing, and I do not appreciate the... I do not appreciate the little hidden message here.
It didn't look like the battery actually exploded.
Look, I didn't do nothing wrong. I took him to the top of Lord's Tower, told him to go and grab someone. He didn't come back for 10 minutes. Didn't come back for 10 minutes. So I started to walk out to try and find him.
You with him, and you have abandoned him somewhere. And what you're going to do now is you're going to go find him, aren't you?
No, I'm not
Yes.
going to find him. Sun's almost up. I'm bedding down for the night. You best join me. You're not going to like it, are you?
You expect me to leave him out there when the sun's up?
You can go look for him.
Not that I have much of an option.
I can tell you where he went. Lord's Tower, a big warehouse. It used to be where they kept massive storage yards, effectively, big water buns. You go find that place, sit on top of it. He went north, right into the downs.
I will assume that he has found somewhere safe overnight, and I will go looking for tomorrow evening. I will not be much good to him if I make my final death today.
Nor will I.
Oh, don't worry, you're coming with me.
Oh, sure, let's spend the night together.
If you could perhaps say that in a way that doesn't sound as sordid as it does, that would be much appreciated.
We don't exactly do hanky-panky very well anymore. I'm not looking for any of that with you.
Good, you wouldn't get it anyway.
Right. Finish it off then? Is it safe, the haven, or are you worth finding another container?
Oh, darling. You don't call this your haven.
It is for now, unfortunately. Well, I can't go back to my old place at the minute. But I'm not that destitute. This isn't my actual home.
Yes, to answer your question, I have made it safe.
Excellent. Well, you sleep there. I'll sleep somewhere else. Much as I trust you, I don't necessarily trust your workmanship. I'll be the one across.
Fine. Don't try and sneak away.
No. I have called some friends though, just to make sure that I was secure in the night. That's one of the benefits of being friends with Thin Bloods. They can act while you sleep.
Yes.
So I think we can perhaps just have ourselves some mutual benefits and not do anything untoward, alright?
I don't plan on it. I am usually good to my word.
That's good to hear. And with that, he takes off the sunglasses and puts them back in his pocket.
I'm glad to see you're finally warming up to me.
I'm not, I've just got insurance. Right, before we warm up, let's get to it. I don't fancy cooking tonight.
No, neither do I. Good day, Eagle.
Good day. And he walks across, opens the opposite container.
And she's going to go into the makeshift bed, which is a million times worse than her normal.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so uncomfortable.
God, it's horrible.
I don't think you've ever had to make a bed out of processors before. All right. Anyone want to catch up Rita on what exactly happened, or should we just leave her in the dark?
Well, in short, we met this guy, Eagle. He turned out to be quite a distasteful being who diablerized Nosferatu, which we also learned that he did on behalf of the Nosferatu. And he likes to collect computer parts. And,
to pass the time.
Yes. And what else? He, well, they wanted to, Rogue and Lady Grey wanted to make a deal with him for the information pertaining to our nightclub, as well as Rogue wanting to learn some alchemy. So that's when they decided to stay for the day in the shipping container. And you and I, being Oberon and Ophelia, decided to go back home. So then, Rogue and I'm so bad with names right now. Rogue and Eagle decided to go together to get a test subject for some kind of resonance experimentation or research or something. And that's when Rogue was abandoned by Eagle. And he had a bestial failure, so he sort of went a bit nuts, got drunk and high, and didn't manage to get his mark before the sun started rising. And that's when he frantically was running through the streets trying to find some place to seek shelter, and he ended up in a church. And
Got it.
you saw the rest. So
Mm-hmm. So, were you and Eagle? Is it like friendly-ish terms, or was it just because, as far as I know, you want to kill him? So it was interesting to see that you had gone off alone with him.
I want to kill him.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of violence from Rogue during the whole before they went off together.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely still wants to kill him. Not friendly at all.
Perfect. Good to know.
Eagle did call him a piece of shit, but also
And
said,
the F word.
yeah, also said that he was a piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit, and if you get angry about being called one, you're not going to make it far. And that partially managed to get him to back down, but I think it was mainly Lady. Let's be honest. Yeah, seems to be trying to rise through the world, and part of that is hiding in the middle of Boxtown with the black veins that portray the fact that he's committed a diablerie, a grievous sin in the eyes of the Camarilla, particularly. So yeah, he's hiding out, and you use that as extortion, basically, to get this information from him.
Nice.
But you basically haven't got any information from him because he went off to do a thing and it didn't work. But you have an agreement about giving him some money and him giving him a week of time, and he'll come back to you with some information.
All right. Good news.
Off the back of that, you and Oberon, I believe, decided to not spend any more time than necessary in this festering shithole, and that's pretty literal. And grabbed the car and headed back towards towards your haven, towards the White Rose. There you are. That's the name of it. There you'd arrive at sort of 3:00, 3:30, so it's definitely more than fashionably late. With pretty much everyone having left and a couple of people doing some final cleanup. But still some security around that will welcome you in. And if there's anything you guys would like to do before the next day, that's a-okay. If not, then we'll move on.
Well, I lost my phone, but if someone wanted to that has a phone, they could have left a message at the club that I might have perhaps received. No messages. I'm going to
no.
go to the nightclub. The manager. I'm gonna say, have I received any messages while I was out?
No, sir. No messages for you specifically, nor Ophelia, nor the Lady Grey. It was an interesting night, though.
What's that?
Less entertainment on offer than before, but there were a couple of calls from interested parties, but they were. I assured you I assured them that they would be around in the future. And a couple of people missed you, perhaps.
What was the nature of these people?
Oh, just socialites.
Oh,
Generally.
very good.
But,
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Before you clock out, make sure that Chunk gets a message. I want him to head to the Box District. I'm going to write...
Boxtown.
Yes, Boxtown. I'm going to write a very specific set of directions. I want you to provide this to him.
I see.
And tell him that
course.
he's to spend the entire day watching over this specific box. And don't ask questions. And make sure the door is not opened under any circumstances.
I'm sure he'll be more than happy to do so, sir.
Good. You look good today.
Sad as me, honestly.
Alright, that's
I
all
like
for me.
drama. So I feel as though Rogue, in his haste to avoid the sun, might have rung the club. And it's just a frantic message of, I'm gonna die, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm gonna die, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, somebody help me, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm gonna die, I'm fucked.
I love it.
Oh, would that have just been like halfway through on the way to somewhere? Like,
Yep.
when all you can find is street shops and residential areas. Like, shit, shit, shit. Can't hide in a frozen food store.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Just a long message of, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm fucked, I'm fucked.
Yeah, so in like, actually, yeah, in about like half an hour then, the phone will randomly ring. Actually, would you have Ophelia's number or Oberon's number specifically rather than the club?
Yeah, I would imagine I do have their numbers. That would make sense to have.
Would you ring either one of them, or would you still ring the club?
I would still ring the club, I reckon.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they're probably not down as Ophelia or Oberon in my contact list, and it's too much hassle to look for that, whereas club is a lot easier to look for.
Yes, yeah, that's fair enough. Who's the guy who is the manager? I don't know his name by heart. Oh, no, not Desmond Whitaker.
Did we establish...
That would have been a plot twist.
I
I don't think there is a guy who actually runs it, from what I can see.
No, we'll have to create one.
Quickly,
Come on,
give him a
guys.
name.
You didn't flesh out any part of your backstories. No link to anyone. Haven't even got it.
What?
No, I know.
I am absolutely appalled that we didn't flesh out the nightclub staff. All the effort we put in, and we missed the most simplest of connections.
Like one of the few guys you've actually interacted with.
I'm gonna put them under my herdlings. The nightclub manager will be Jane,
Well,
Janet,
Miles ahead.
Miles, Janet, Miles, Janet, Millstone.
Beautiful.
There you go.
excellent. Well, so when you're kind of running through the streets at 4:30 in the morning, sun rising around you. Yes, Jeanette speaking. How may I help?
Help, 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 I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, help, 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 oh, help, 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 what the fuck can I get? I can't stay in there. Can I survive in a freezer? No,
Hello.
I can't survive in a freezer. Hello.
How are you? Sounds like you're in a spot of bother.
Yeah, Can I speak to Oberon or Ophelia or?
Would you mind if I put you on hold for one moment?
I don't have time to put on hold. We're gonna die.
I put you on hold. And
Is it elevator
this
music?
I assume this happens after we. Well, what point? I
oh,
assume
no, this is way after. Yeah, you guys may have retired to
Wait,
your
that's
areas,
that makes sense.
and so there's a little ring on kind of the intercom. It's kind of boop 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 boop.
I wave my
Ophelia, will
hand.
you get it?
Well, that's
I'm
so funny because
comfortable.
I was gonna say I wave my hand to the intercom and tell you to get it. Get
I
it.
already laid down. You get it.
Me too. I'm brooding.
You're closer.
But you're taller.
That doesn't mean anything. Just get
You
it.
take less strides.
The
Fine.
sound is annoying me.
Click. What, Jeanette? Sorry. Hello, Jeanette.
Oh, sorry, was it bedtime?
Yeah. Yes, we've retired. I'm in my brooding corner.
Rogue's on line 1 for you.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
I'll put it on speaker. Hello. What's wrong? What? Why? Are you still with Eagle?
No, he abandoned me again.
Oh my! Where are you?
You should have
The
seen
sun's
that
gonna
one
come
coming.
out soon.
Yeah,
Oberon.
I can see it.
My God, you have to. Is there anywhere? What are you doing? Get off the phone! Run! Find somewhere.
I imagine at this point, just for dramatic effect, the phone goes dead.
Perfect.
You just like hang up, shove it in your pocket. It falls out the pocket. Pick it up, shove it in, just keep on running. You hear like the sound of trouser jogging.
Oh.
On the speaker.
Yep.
Well, Lady Grey is not gonna be happy about that.
Then occasionally, like slightly muted sound of "fuck," "oh shit." There's so many farm foods.
Call Lady Grey, please.
Okay, I hang up and yeah, I will ring Lady Grey.
Will you?
Sure.
Does she have a phone?
Oh, she doesn't. She doesn't have a cell phone.
She doesn't carry her phone.
I imagine she had like a Nokia 3210 or something.
Perfect. Yeah, like a non-smartphone.
I remember you said that you definitely didn't have a phone.
I thought so too.
I seem to remember that too.
Yeah.
But
Okay, then she doesn't have a phone.
That was the only reason I didn't ring her.
Oh. I don't remember saying that, but seeing as if all of you have said that, yeah, she has lost her Nokia 3210.
I mean, you're more than able to pick one up. It's definitely within reach of your resources, but I don't believe you have one on you now.
Well, in that maybe she's just paranoid of the government tracking her location.
That was the exact reason.
I also imagine that, she's busy arguing with Eagle at this point in time. She's not going to pick up.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah, about where you are, of all things.
I'm going to call Jeanette
Chunk?
again. Because during the daytime hours, we're pretty much useless, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, although my heart goes out to those who are trapped outside, I can't do much about it. But I'm going to call Jeanette again.
Hello, Jeanette speaking.
We are going to increase the urgency of my previous command. I need you to wake up Chunk immediately.
Oh, he's already on his way out.
Good. Get Tom and Elena as well. Get them with Chunk. And tell Chunk that he is to try to communicate with the person inside of the shipping crate container. And if he can offer her any assistance, that he is to do so. But again, I stress, do not open the container.
I'll pass that all on.
Good.
Is
Thank
there
you.
anything else?
No, have a good. Just remember, this is life and death here. So,
Jeanette, it's very important.
treat it with the appropriate urgency, and also have a wonderful day.
Same to you. Toodaloo.
Bye bye.
She's so chill.
Right, yeah, hangs up, passes on some messages. It's a pretty long way. So I think from memory you'll be bedding down or bedded down. Actually, are you humanity 7 or 6, lady?
7.
Okay, yeah. So you'll be bedding down, not asleep, by the time that people arrive and manage to decipher the instructions and find their way to this exact part of Boxtown. And though there may be some knocking on the door, it is knocking on the door to a corpse, effectively, at this hour. You are pretty much completely unaware of your surroundings. And so the day passes. Two of you safely ensconced in the haven. One safely ensconced in a container ship box, and the other underneath about a foot of solid stone in a baptismal font that's empty of water at the minute. Not how I thought the night would end. Well, there we have it. Morning comes and goes. Afternoon comes and goes, but as evening rises, so do you. So we'll have a rouse check from everyone.
Oh, my hunger goes up.
As we try and pick up where everyone is. So it's a single D10. If it's a success, your hunger doesn't increase.
Your hunger went up too.
Yes.
So we got
Oh, my hunger increased.
Bestial failure.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Everyone's hunger went up.
Well,
it's for how Oberon's days are going.
It was a rough night.
The first 2 times we did this, we all passed. So we had to all, have a special go at doing well.
Especially as you guys don't seem to have done well at the basics of finding food and eating it. That seems to be in large part a problem.
But hang on. I think you will find there was an exception to that rule.
Yes, there is one shining example. I think you perhaps even inspired Ophelia with your practiced art of seducing the mortal when you were last
It's true.
as well. It was a real pariah, I think is the word I'm looking for. Nonetheless, I think we'll start with Rogue because it's the most fun. Rogue, your eyes open and you are in unfamiliar surroundings. For you, when you had gone down to rest, it was heart pounding in the chest. You were forcing yourself to stay to keep your eyes open, really by strength of will and fear. A nice mixture of that, which meant as soon as you were safe, really you were lights out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a definite sense of shit, where am I? Why can't I move? Why am I trapped? This is unfamiliar. And I imagine you probably start shifting or punching or...
do I hear anyone around?
I think in this initial moment of panic, no.
Okay, in which case...
Punch what's above you. Please say you punch what's above you.
I punch what's above
That's stone.
So you managed to move the half foot to a foot with your kind of almost 1-inch punch style into what feels like just solid stone above you. Someone bury you alive? What is this shit? This is probably Eagle's doing, that bastard.
Right, that will worry me more, and I will rouse the blood. Oh, good, my hunger goes up again.
Yeah. And this time you kind of get a couple solid punches before realizing that this thing is just heavy, and hurl it, throw it off of you. It kind of rises about 2 foot into the air before slamming back down awkwardly, not quite landing in the slot. And you can look up and see a painting of Mary on the ceiling, looking down, holding a lamb and a shepherd's crook endearingly towards you.
What the fuck are you looking at, lady?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
You kind of hear a gasp, not from the drawn woman on the ceiling.
I'm going to slowly turn towards the gasp.
Right. You look around, and there are like four elderly people, each over 50, seem to be in the middle of a prayer meeting or something. Sat on wooden chairs around each of them, looking at you in horror as you have just punched the baptismal font, and they have been here for a while.
You're the Antichrist.
So how long have you been there?
Is today a Sunday?
Today's a Monday.
I'll take it.
Today's a Sunday, sorry, yeah.
Oh, it is a Sunday. And on the Sabbath day, Jesus rose again.
Do you just stand there, or?
Yeah, I say that, I spread my arms as if being welcoming. And I just stand there.
You want to watch them like completely out of character for them, probably just goes, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes, that is my name.
Yeah.
Why don't we all go into the confession booth one at a time, and we'll have confessions of Jesus? See, that's me.
This is a Protestant church, good boy. But how long have you... Are you squatting?
Well, no, I'm standing.
Get out! Good heavens, get out! It starts rushing towards you, shooing you, and then noticing like the little bit of stone embedded in your knuckles from where you punched the baptismal font out.
I also have to ask, have my burns healed? Or will they be in the midst of healing?
Yeah, they are pretty much healing, yeah.
Oh, while we're on the subject, do I regain health?
Yes, you regain health equal to your blood potency, I think. So it's for each of you too. Oh, but for you it's probably 1, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh no, or is it all superficial and then 1 thing a day? I don't know. Oh, I messaged it to you guys, didn't I? Damage mended per rouse check. It's still 1 point of superficial 1 point of superficial damage, because you effectively get a free rouse check every night.
Yeah. I just like the idea though of the burns like physically healing while these people look at me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they will have healed over the course of the day.
Dang it.
Which is probably good if you don't want yet another masquerade breach.
I mean, we're already in the midst of one, aren't we?
I think you guys have done 4 and 2.
Oh, no, what? Oh my goodness.
3 and 2, and this is definitely the start of the 4th. But one of them, no, 2 of them Lady Grey covered up for you.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
There's only really 1 bad one. And this is the 2nd, let's be honest. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
How many people did you say there was?
4. There are 2 guys, 2 girls, all white, all over 50, in kind of formal wear, wearing the Sunday best, effectively.
Whatever you're thinking, I don't like it.
I'm going to try to manipulate the situation.
Why don't you
So,
just?
yeah,
Never mind.
What year is this? Where are we?
oh my goodness.
I was sealed in there by a priest.
You're making subterfuge. That's how I say it.
Subterfuge.
Yeah, I read it like that in like Rome Total or whatever that game was, and from then on, that's the first time I saw it. So it was always subterfuge.
I like it because you're kind of
Mm.
fudging the truth.
Yeah, exactly. I genuinely thought that was what it was called, and that's where it came from. That was an embarrassing day.
I wouldn't be surprised if a chocolate company named a flavor Subterfuge.
I wish they would.
It's
I'll
I'll
like
be
got
on the
like
phone to Cadbury's in a minute.
it has like random flavors in the middle that are hidden beneath. That'd be great.
Actually,
So-
I'll be
yeah.
on the phone to Willy Wonka's in a minute.
That's my $1 million idea. Right.
That's a free.
Yeah, so I think it was manipulation and subterfuge. I'm now just going to
Subterfuge.
commit.
Subterfuge, yes.
3 successes.
3 successes. Nice. They still don't believe you, but you carry yourself convincingly through it. Like, there's no way you persuaded them. But they believe that you think you're telling the truth. And they're like, oh, okay. Do you want to sit with us? We can bring out some tea and some biscuits. And one of them kind of goes, oh, yeah, and reaches behind their chair, and there's like a little pack of digestives.
That would be great. Please, thank you. I will climb out of the what remains of the font, I guess. And yes, come and sit with them.
Ah. So, do you know Jesus, child?
Personally, no. But I have spoken with his father.
I see. Do you want to?
Yes, but I find I learn best when it's one-on-one.
Well, the church is a very welcoming place, as I'm sure you know. Perhaps you could stop by next Sunday and we'd happily answer any questions you have.
Okay, that sounds great. Could one of you please take me out, show me the way out?
Yes. I'm sure Charles would be more than happy to, wouldn't you, Charles? Okay.
I'm also going to take out my last £100 and just give it to the guy I was talking to that isn't Charles. A small donation for the church.
No, I couldn't. It's all in the day's work.
No, I insist. The church needs it. Blessed be Sandra.
His wife, like, clearly admonishes him and goes, oh, if you insist, then we'll take it if we have to, won't we? And takes it and shoves it into her purse. All for the good of the church.
Yes. No, Charles, if you'd please.
Yep, right this way. Picks up his walking stick, kind of taps you on the shoulder and begins to hobble out down through the middle of the pews. This one just got to get the alarm as well. Hobbles back. Types in the code. Doors open. Kind of says, "What was your name, young one?"
Christopher.
Christopher. Very good Christian name. Well,
yes. Are we alone at this point?
It's you and him on the outside of the
God.
church. There are people walking past on the street, none particularly paying attention.
You know what? I'm going to take that chance then. I'm going to do the thing.
You're going to do the thing.
I'm going to feed.
You're going to feed.
Yep.
He wants to
You
nom.
madman.
I have free
Okay.
hunger. Right now, I just want to settle it.
Rogue
Okay,
is
this is a
definitely the
relatively old
chaotic
man, and
neutral.
he's standing on the church steps. There are people on the street behind you, and there are 3 other people inside the church watching as well. Probably out of sight of you, but eyes on him, just so you're all aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to go up and effectively kiss him?
Yeah.
Are you just going to move quickly? Are you trying to
Yep.
overpower him?
Yep. That is
Okay.
exactly how I want to do it. There's no room for a breath. There's no questions. It's just pressed against.
Okay.
You're going
So,
to commit an
you-
act of homosexuality on the church steps?
I think I've done enough to the church for this not to be for that to be the least of our issues.
You're
all right.
gonna
So,
get an inquisition after you.
yeah. So you start up the steps, and he tries to back away and kind of get away from you as you walk quicker. You reach out with your arms and try and grab him.
Mm-hmm.
He still resists. So you have to like throw him against the wall to hold him still, and then fangs out, bite down.
Yep.
Not at all trying to hide it.
Nope.
Okie dokie. I'm just making sure.
Unfortunately, I'm too hungry to.
We don't need to roll. You definitely overpower him. How much are you looking to drink?
Now, this depends. If anyone notices and screams, he's probably going to have to drain the body.
He like starts to yell as you go for it, but as the kid takes hold, he stops.
Not him, anyone else.
Oh, yeah, you hear yells from inside as you start up and attack this man.
Ah, brilliant. I'm draining him then.
How much?
I will drain him dry. There can't be anyone left behind here.
Okie dokie.
I'm
So
not following your logic whatsoever.
that's fine.
My logic is no witnesses, no masquerade breach.
You're creating more witnesses by killing him.
That's not how this works, little one.
That's fine. None of you are here.
This is the
It's
last
just
time you're
Rogue.
going out by yourself.
Just Rogue and some interesting problems. So, first of all, we don't have to do any roll for this, for you overpowering him. Because of your hunger and the time that it takes old people to move, you will be able to drain him in time. I would like you to mark off, please, 2 stains on your character sheet for murder.
Yep.
As you attack an innocent, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
What are stains?
Too much do you? You're not breaking any of your personal convictions, though, because this is what you see. This is, I'm assuming, what you're seeing as just making sure that you survive.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't done anything to you, but you haven't done anything for him either. But it is still open murder. As you drop him to the ground, the blood's kind of slaking inside your mouth. You come up, and the others have managed to kind of just reach to the steps where you've slammed him on the outside of the stone, on the outside of the church. As they look at you in horror, their blood drains from their face. One of them backs up and begins to dig into his hands for his phone, and the others scream. After a brief moment, this draws the attention of some of the people walking around. There are about 5 people down this side street who hear the scream, 3 of which don't, bother. People scream at night, shit happens and move on with their life. 2, however, one young lad on a bike who is biking past, stops his bike, sees what's happening, and starts to take it in at the same time as someone else gets out their phone and starts to call the police. There are now 5 people who are watching you. 3 within arm and are elderly, and one young guy on a bike, and another guy calling the police. What would you like to do? There's a dead man in front of you. You were openly seen feeding.
Fuck, I didn't think this through.
No, not.
I'm going to have to break for a second. What resonance did the old man have? This is important to me.
I believe it's melancholic. Was the one that I was looking up for this. Let me see. I just need to remember them all. Melancholic, yeah.
And melancholic is the power.
It was philosophical. It's a very fleeting resonance. It's not at all powerful.
That's fine.
So everyone else knows, I have sent like 6 glaring gifs to Rory just to show just how disapproving Lady Grey is of.
Oh man, I love it when people fuck up in this game. It's great.
Oh, don't worry. I might be able to retcon this. Because that gives me obfuscate.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, no?
Do what you want. People have seen you.
Oh, I know. But I'm going to push past them, run into the church if I must, find some place to bunker down where there is no one, and I am going to just vanish and just stay there.
Okay, are you going to attempt to activate your obfuscate powers then?
Once I'm out of sight.
Okay. How are you going to get out of sight?
Push through them, run into the church, run downstairs.
Okay, so you start blitzing it. The guy on the bike starts to follow you. He starts running after you. He pulls a gun.
He pulls a gun?
Oh my goodness.
Neighborhood, and he has just seen someone murdered in front of a church. Like an old man in his Sunday best get murdered on the church steps. He starts running after you and shouting.
Can he keep up with me? I'm assuming he can.
We are going to do a dice roll for this.
Awesome.
We are also going to do a dice roll to see if the other guy who is basically an old ex-military guy is going to attempt to try and trip you as you pass as well.
Oh, joyous.
We're gonna
It's
get
not
the
necessarily
Inquisition after us.
Yeah.
Or what
so
is
can
it?
I-
The second, the second what? What are they called?
The Second Inquisition.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's not a really hard check because he's pretty old, but he's just basically going to try and catch you with his stick.
Mm-hmm.
So can you make dexterity and athletics
Yes, I can.
to try and avoid his trip?
That's 4.
Yep, that's
successes.
enough. So he kind of like bats the stick between your legs. You basically just break it with your stride, and start pushing in. Blood still like flowing down your cheeks as you run past him and the other 2 women. The other guy starts running in, shouting at you to stop, halt. The police are on their way. All sorts
Jesus
of
compels you.
things. And he kind of pulls a gun out from underneath his shirt. The women also try and stop him a little bit because there's a guy running in with a gun into their church. Weirdest and best prayer meeting ever.
Wait, so they slow him down?
They tried to, so I'm making a roll for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have dex and athletics checks for you both to run through the church to try and break the line of sight.
Okay.
Not too hard.
Let me know if he gets through them first, because if he doesn't, I have a different plan.
So he makes... Yeah, he's not slowed down by the old women.
He's not... Okay, so I am running. Dex, what was it?
Yeah, Dex athletics. He rolled 1 success. So you'll probably manage to outpace him. You need a margin
4
of 2.
successes.
Yeah, you need a margin of 2. So you've got a margin of 3, to the point that you're able to push through the double doors, not quite knowing where you are, fleeting memories. There was an attic. You run upstairs. He runs in. What obfuscate powers are you activating?
I've only got the one... what's it called? Where's my book? It's the level 1 one where I can turn invisible if I don't move.
Oh, great. You can't even move.
No.
Okay, so you run in. You get kind of to the stairs of the attic. You remember now that the attic's got a really loud, creaky wooden door. Would you open it or would you stay on the stairs?
I would stay on the stairs.
Stay on the stairs. So, at the top of the stairs, out of sight of this guy, you activate. It's not unseen passage. It's just something else, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Level 1.
Obfuscate. Here we are. You activate Cloak of Shadows.
That's
Stand
it.
perfectly still. You blend into the surroundings as though you're in sort of chameleon style camouflage. You make absolutely no sound, and only mechanical or supernatural means can detect you. As long as you stand perfectly still,
Mm-hmm.
nothing bad's going to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Bursting through the door behind you is this guy with a gun who takes kind of a look around this way and that way and then continues off through the corridor.
I'm going to grab him the moment his back's to me.
You're at the top of the stairs.
Oh, I thought you said he came. Okay, never mind. Yep.
And he's come into the corridor, looked left and right, and then continued on out of sight.
Okay.
About 5 seconds later, shuffling steps of the old guy who tried to trip you comes waddling through with his walking stick and one of possibly his wife next to him,
Mm-hmm.
who whispers into his ear like, "Chuck, I don't know where he's gone. I'm going to stay with Ophelia, okay? Not Ophelia, that's fucking your name. Mary. Mary and... Oh, that's where they are. Got you. I wrote down 4 names and then just said Ophelia. I'm going to stay with Mary. You be careful, all right? And he says, "I will be, dear." He gives her a kiss on the cheek. Before kind of warily looking around, is going to try and hear or spot you. But with you being invisible, no need to roll. He cannot physically spot you. But he's kind of staying near the door to the main chamber.
I believe I'm able to speak while this power still works. Am I correct?
You will make no sound.
Oh, okay. So I can't. It must
So
be level
you
2.
can break your obfuscate and make sound, at which point he can see you and you can talk to him. Or you can do neither.
I'm going to break it so he can see me. But I'm going to break it in front of him so it literally looks like I've come out of nowhere.
As soon as you move, you will break it.
I know, by making his sure his eyes on me are. No, I can't. Never mind. I am just going to break it and come to him.
Okay, so you're at the top of the stairs, which are kind of like not round a little corner, effectively, but
yeah. I'm just going to break
him.
it. Yeah, break it and walk down to him with my hands held high as if surrendering.
Yeah. All right. So as you start to walk down, he shouts, "Mary! Mary! He's here! The bastard!" And he starts.
You believe in Jesus, yes?
What do you say?
You believe in Jesus.
You don't get to question my beliefs, murderer!
Then you believe in Satan.
He has no power here. Not in God's church. You'll get...
You've just seen me kill a man with my teeth.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of shit, laddie. You ain't the first.
You know, I was just going to call you, let you have a taste of this, but I can't be asked.
His eyes dart past you as you're saying that, and the door flies open, and the kind of younger boy with a gun points at you and says, "Put your hands up! Don't move or I'll shoot!"
Hands are still in the air.
Get on your knees. Get on your knees. And the guy in front of you says, "Listen to him, son, and this won't end too badly for you."
I'm going to attempt to grab the elderly man and use him as a human body shield.
Okie dokie.
I am trying to get out of this and I'm making it worse.
Yes. Dex and athletics again. This is all about speed.
We love it, Dex and athletics.
You're trying to outrace someone with a finger on the trigger. This is pretty difficult.
That's free.
That is not enough. You get shot. This guy's a gang guy. The stats for that are there. Cool. You are attempting to run, but not attempting to dodge. Okay. So that means you take the difference, which is super. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, fun.
So you take 6, which is then half to 3 superficial damage.
Okay. It's not aggravated, so we're fine.
As the first bullet ricochets through your ribs.
Mm.
It is loud. And the force of it actually knocks you to the ground temporarily as you start to rush up and grab this guy. Now I am going to ask you to make a brawl and strength check. Trying to overpower him. I'm giving him basically a die bonus because you've just been shot.
That's fair.
And he was like actively prepared for this.
I'm going to spend another willpower. Wait, that sounded bad.
It's up to you. Yeah.
I got 4, so I might stick.
Okay. Are you going to stick?
I'm going to stick at 4.
Yeah. Okay. I rolled nothing. I rolled diddly.
I would have spent a willpower if you'd been quiet.
Sure. Yeah. Good point. He's got willpower.
Oh,
You got 3 successes to your 4. So you just about managed to like grab him and get behind him, but you haven't able to like get a good hold of him particularly, and he's struggling and wriggling in your grasp as 2 women come out from behind you.
Keep wiggling, and I will destroy you. And I'm going to bare my fangs and attempt to intimidate.
Okay. Give me. Oh my goodness. It's definitely intimidation. I'm opening it to the floor. What you guys think an attribute should be rolled with this? Is this manipulation or is it a more combat-based one? Do you think?
What are you actually physically trying to do?
I'm physically trying to restrain him, and I'm baring my fangs,
Or
threatening
maybe
him that.
strength and intimidation?
Yeah, strength and intimidation sounds right to me.
Yeah. Okay. I was toying with it, but I wasn't quite sure if it was right. But if you guys have the same consensus, we'll do strength intimidation. There is an implicit physical threat.
5.
5 successes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He stops wriggling with that. He holds very still and actually starts to kind of murmur under his breath the Lord's Prayer.
It's been many of years since I've heard that one.
Roll Dex and Brawl.
Dex and Brawl?
Behind you, you're being attacked by this man's wife, who is currently holding a holy cross and attempting to bludgeon you with it because she is in pseudo hysterics after her friend's husband's just been killed by you, and now her husband is in your grasp, and you've just bared fangs.
7.
7 successes. She rolled 4 successes, which for her was great. Let me tell you. So she manages to like collide it with the back of you, and it just kind of bangs off, ineffectual. But she's just kind of continuing to bash at you, saying, "Let go of him, you fucking Satan spawn!" The other woman's now going down in tears. The boy in front of you's got his gun and is like his hands are shaking in fear of seeing what you're doing and what the hell's going on. And he's going to try and maintain his composure. Just about kind of holds on. He isn't shooting though for shit. What are you up to?
Here's what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say that, my hand is going to just dig deeper into whatever part of the man's body I have, trying to break bones to intimidate even more. You are all going to forget this ever happened. You are going to tell no one of this incident.
That's about as long as you have,
Okay, the police are turning up. I was about to say.
unfortunately.
Okay, I will take that.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but a lot of other things are happening.
That is fine.
For instance, as this guy is murmuring in the Lord's Prayer and isn't talking, he is reaching for his holy symbol, which is underneath his shirt, and is trying to present it to you, which doesn't actually do anything to you. But the woman behind is going to now recklessly attack you with the holy image as well. And if you're not doing something, eventually she's going to hit you hard enough for something to happen.
Am I
That's
aware?
another 4 successes. So Dex and Brawl.
Dex and Brawl, which is a lovely combination.
Yeah.
3.
Okay. You take another point of superficial damage.
Oh boy.
As this time the cross actually, the first time it was kind of shredding through your clothes. This time it actually finds purchase in the skin, kind of just to the side of the spine underneath the ribs. And it's now in you. And she's screaming. Do you want to continue to try and manipulate them? Or change tack?
You have brought this upon yourselves. I'm going to drain him dry.
Okie dokie. Make a strength and brawl check.
Would it be worth taking half? I feel as though taking half might win.
No, you can roll.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, no, I have to spend a willpower on that.
That's the reason I'm making you roll. This is important.
Oh no, that wasn't even any better. That's only 3.
3?
Yeah.
He meets you. Yeah, he meets you on 3. So as you attempt to bite into his neck, he thrusts his arm back, and instead you clamp down on the metal chain of Christ instead. And tastes nothing but the cross.
Mom, I need you.
Another round of cross beating. Next
I let
Dex Brawl.
Dex Brawl.
Jesus, she's rolled 4 on 5 dice consistently.
I do not like her.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh. No, wait, that's only a 2.
Okay.
I'm not going to willpower that. I'm going to take the hit.
Yep. So you take 1 more point of superficial damage. How's your health looking? Are you taking aggravate?
I'm not yet taking aggravated.
Okay.
1 more, and I do.
Yeah. Well, seeing you actually try and bite the guy, the boy in front of you runs up, doesn't try and shoot you with his gun. He's far too scared to do that. But he's going to join the man's attempts in trying to shrug you off. So he'll be adding his dice to that pool as well. Next round.
You can bludgeon him with the gun.
Yeah, that's going to be like part of it, but the gun's not actually going to do much damage. And if he gets into a good point for a shot, then he'll take it if he gets a crit success. But that's about it. Wow, this is by far the longest combat I've ever had. Between a thin-blood brute and some churchgoers. Okay, we'll do 1 more round and then we'll see what's happening here. We might have to cut it.
Yeah, I think we need the others to start looking for me soon.
Well, this has taken about 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
That's true. I got 1 success.
Was this on you trying to bite him?
No, this was... Oh, wait, hang on. No, I misheard you. Never mind.
Yeah, well, it's what are you trying to do for your action?
I thought I was getting attacked again.
Oh, you will be, but that hasn't happened yet. You get to have action first.
Great. I will just let go of him.
Okay. So you release him and...
Get on my knees, arms in the air.
Okie dokie. He rolls free away from you, kind of grabs his walking stick, and holds his kind of slightly bloody knuckles from where he managed to thrust across into your mouth. There's a teeth mark through it, through his hand, where your fang had dipped in, but it wasn't at all. It was flesh, not vein or artery, so you didn't drink anything, pretty much. He rolls free. The woman's continuing to bash you, and the guy's going to take a shot.
Oh my fucking god.
So, Dex and Brawl to dodge it. She only rolled 3 successes. Come on, Marge. You can do better than
Oh my god, that's only 2.
Okay. And then there's going to be a shot, which is particularly bad. You're basically going to take no damage from that. If you roll a single success, you'll be fine. So,
Oh, okay.
you roll.
Oh, well, that's where I get the good roll?
With just kind of jittering hands, he shoots basically in the ground next to you, but manages to cover it up with a slightly high-pitched, more high-pitched than normal. Get on the ground! And I'm assuming you do so as the cross bludgeons into your back once more, the force of it trying to hold you down. There's still crying and screaming from the other woman as well, whose husband you killed earlier. But do you get on the ground and stay there?
I will get on the ground, but as I'm going down, I'm going to look to the woman crying and just go, let me go, and I can bring him back.
Oh, you cruel bastard. Manipulation and subterfuge.
I love subterfuge.
Everyone loves subterfuge.
Just going to verbally say this. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Like, I don't know how many masquerade breaches you've made. I think
Too many.
it might be all of them.
You've
well.
been disavowed, rogue.
4 successes.
4 successes. I don't think that's she is far too hateful of you, too much adrenaline, too scared to actually process much in the minute. I think we were really looking for 6 or 7, unfortunately.
I opened the question to everyone else.
But
come on.
I will allow you
Yes.
to succeed at a cost.
Oh god.
What is the cost?
The cost is that the beast takes over. The cost is that you relinquish yourself completely as you realize and begin to understand, as you lie down, the implications of what's just happened. And oh shit doesn't begin to cover it. And in that fear, the beast is there, in the corner of your mind asking, let me take care of this. You can blame it on me, and I can have my fun. We both succeed.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I let the beast take over.
Okie dokie. I'm going to fade to black. And because I imagine relatively early on in the goings on of the other coterie members, they will be interested in the whereabouts of Rogue, who disappeared last night, and will perhaps attempt to get in contact with him relatively soon. So,
Yeah, and I also wonder
Oh,
if
it is-
if Lady Grey is close enough to hear like sirens. Like, is it such a kerfuffle or no?
I mean, there will be sirens at some point, but she is not close enough. They wandered out of Boxtown, so they're in a different
Gotcha.
city, unfortunately. So, yeah, I don't know who wants to pick up, but it's up to either Lady or Oberon and Ophelia to kick back off on the action as, whew, I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to get nailed.
I would say in terms of urgency, I guess Lady Grey could go first, but I don't mind whichever party wants to.
I think that for Lady
Yeah,
Grey,
I also don't mind.
we'd have one
I
of my
imagine
guys waiting for
that
her.
the moment that night falls, Lady Grey is probably going to storm out of the container, feeling somewhat hungrier than she was the day before, banging on the door of the other container that Eagle was staying in.
Still wearing a sodding hoodie. As you get out, you see a somewhat familiar face kind of perching on the container opposite you. They're currently smoking and playing cards on top of it with two other people you recognize. And this is Chunk, Tom, and Elena, who you recognize as being the herdlings of Oberon, sent to watch over the place.
Oh, good. It's you two.
There's 3 of them.
Oh, Lady Catelyn,
Hello.
you're looking as
Don't
grand as
mention it.
they shut up.
This must be embarrassing for you.
Look, something has gone ever so slightly wrong, and I need you to give a message to Ophelia and Oberon.
Of course. And Chunk just jumps down, takes his phone out, and has got the club ready to dial, or like the number punched in for you, and hands you the phone and says,
All
"Need a
this
call?"
to dial.
Alrighty. So you punch in the number, begins to ring, and the intercom goes. Oh,
I'll answer.
I wonder if that's Rogue again.
Hello.
Will answer and speakerphone.
Who is it?
morning, sleepyheads. We've got a call from you from Lady Grey.
Put it through.
Patch her through.
Shall do. Toodaloo. You're on speakerphone. Go for it.
Lady Grey, hello.
I think Rogue's in trouble.
Yes, a little one is missing. I happen to be chasing his tail at this very moment. I'm
He-
going to specific directions to a specific location, and you are to meet me there.
Perfect.
And we will relate the directions that Eagle gave her last night. Because I can't remember them for that.
Yeah. Lord's Tower.
That's the one. Lord's Tower, go face north, and probably from there follow the sirens.
All right. See you in a bit. Hopefully, Rogue isn't too rogue.
Darling, of all the things you could have said to calm me down, that was probably the worst one. And hang up.
Yeah.
Which section of the city
I
is
glance
this?
at Oberon.
By
and
the number?
Say, I guess let's see what the gang's up to.
What section is the church
Boy,
in?
am I hungry.
Am I? Can you guys hear?
And now
Oh.
Lady Grey's going to bang on the container to
Hello.
rouse Eagle.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know what happened. I think that. Well, anyway, I've been talking and I'm like, why is again? I was like, why is everybody talking over me?
Oh, sorry, buddy.
What section of the city are we in? Or is the church in?
There's church. If you go on useful documents, there's a map.
Yes. Which number
so,
is it?
Yeah. So you guys are like near number 20 in the coastal commercial district. You're kind of near the Metro Broads, and you're in that kind of area. The church is just north of the Boxtown, so it's in the Downs, and it's on the eastern side of League Lake, effectively.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite a way away, and yeah, because of that, Chunk and everyone else wouldn't have got any information to find him, unfortunately, during the day.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But you have instructions and directions to an area within the Downs, and you can kind of take the ring road around the city if you guys are driving or hiring a cab or whatever means of travel you have.
Yeah, before we go, I am going to, because I have such a thirst and I had a bestial failure, I'm going to drink from one of my herdlings.
Okay. How many dots in her do you have?
3.
3. Okay. So just so you're aware, the way that mechanics work is you can take 3 points of hunger per week from your herd.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I didn't pointlessly drink last time then.
Yeah, because I think you've had 1 drink from them on the opening night, and that was it.
No, I didn't drink on the opening night. And last week I drank from Rando.
No, yeah, it was the week before I thought, but if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and we will. It's not too big an issue anyway, either way. But it's just so you're all aware.
Okay.
Yeah, that is good to know.
Yeah.
So.
So yes, you can literally hop by for a quick snack. They adore you, they love you, and by they I think I mean the one person left who's Lola Faye.
I'm not drinking from Lola.
She is a sex worker, actually. So she is technically in the
Lola-
lower classes.
Lola is my herdling. Get your own, Ophelia.
Well,
First
I don't
of
want.
all.
I wouldn't drink from a sex worker. Sorry.
She's probably
classy.
in a more upper class.
An escort.
Yes.
Sex work is real work, Ophelia.
Yeah.
A girlfriend experience.
I don't know why you're looking down on her. She does what
Because
she
I
loves.
don't want. Because it has nothing to do with her job. She can do what she wants. I just don't. I like a certain type of blood, and that's not it.
Okay, well, go get your own herdlings then.
Luckily for me, I'm not a bestial failure, so I'm fine right now.
Good.
I'll murder you.
I don't want your herdlings consorting with mine. For today, anyway.
For today, okay.
You guys are such brother and sister.
Alright, so now that I've drank my bestial blood, I give Lola a pat on the head and say, have some apple juice. Don't drink too much today.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to catch a cab?
Yeah, well, I think that Chunk would have had a car for Lady Grey. We probably gave him the car. So yeah, we'll take a cab. Also, can I need to stop at the gun store. And I don't even know if the UK has gun stores. So how do I get a gun?
Very, very definitely
Rogue, probably.
not.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get a gun.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find Rogue to get me a gun.
Yeah, find Rogue and get you a gun.
It's very hard to legally get a gun. It's not hard to get a gun in this city.
True.
This city it's got lots of gangs and lots of gang crime and therefore guns.
I have a gun. It's currently pointed at me.
I was gonna say, sweet little bike boy has a gun.
Yeah, he's a member of Empire 88, though, as would become apparent by his tattoos of erase, extinguish, eradicate, I think is their motto. Very cheery. Yeah, everyone likes Nazi Puritans. That's why he goes to church. Yes, before I insult too many people on the internet. You guys are grabbing a cab. Going to take you about 40 minutes.
Okay.
To make your way, if you tell the cab driver to drive fast, towards the meeting point. In that time, Rogue's doing stuff that we'll get to, but also, I believe, Lady Catelyn Grey is having a conversation with Eagle after trying to wake him up.
Yeah, it's more banging on the door and yelling, "Get up, we're going."
The door opens, and 2 twin girls walk out, both about 20 somethings. Not exactly like scantily clad, but not haven't been dressed for long, perhaps, as one's still slipping on their shoes. And they appear to have had an interesting day together, just kind of hanging out in the club, in the box. With the door open, though, you see Eagle currently getting up from a roll mat that's been in there. He kind of gets up, wipes his eyes, and says, "Oh, you were even more beautiful earlier in the day. Right, what do you want?
What do you think I want? Shut up with the pleasantries."
Do you want to go and find him?
Yes.
Well, let's split up and look for clues. That's what I say.
Or how about we don't split up?
You really like this kid, don't you? Right. All right. I'll come. Just let me grab my jacket.
The silence! Wow!
Kind of grabs his jacket, looks for an excuse to wait for longer, doesn't find one. Puts his jacket on and says, "What's so special about him then? I just thought he was a piece of fish like all the rest."
You will
Why do
help
you
me
like him?
find Rogue, and you will speak nothing of him again. Because you are the piece of trash that abandoned him twice.
I didn't abandon him.
Shut up.
Okay, I abandoned him the first time he got me there.
Shut up.
If you want to
Stop
walk with
speaking.
me and search with me, then you got to talk with me. Else, we can
I-
split up. Oh, hold on. He grabs inside his jacket, puts his sunglasses on. That's better.
Trust me, darling. Those glasses are not going to do anything to save you. You don't stop pissing me off.
I passed on some messages. If I go missing or anything bad happens to me, you're not going to have anyone deal with you of my clan, all right? So why don't we just enjoy the walk?
I couldn't
I'm
care less
invested in
about your
finding you
threats.
well.
Let's just go.
Right. I'm just trying to walk and talk.
Well, I do not want to walk and talk. I want to walk and find.
Well, I walk and talk, and you're in my neighborhood. And at least I'll walk and muse, perhaps. It doesn't have to be a two-sided conversation. And so he walks and muses on the merits of various narcotics and other things. Generally, it's pretty bullshit, annoying stuff, but he seems to be somewhat knowledgeable about this. Talks about the state of the city, how it's shit. Talks about where he used to live, how that's shit. Talks about his favorite club. That's not shit. That's the best place in town. And yeah, just kind of has an unending train of thought for about 20 minutes, which I'm imagining you try and just block out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to the meeting place to meet with Oberon and Ophelia?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming you'll stop him there as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Eagle's staying. Eagle is staying in my view until Rogue is also in my view.
Okay. He is, however, literally embarking on social combat against you. He is intentionally trying to irritate, irk, annoy, and piss you off as pleasantly as possible. And in Vampire the Masquerade, there's a rule system for this, and I thought this would be a nice little catch-up for everyone.
Would you say that he is trying to coerce Intimidate, seduce, sway, and do other charisma things in a non magical way?
In a non-magical way, yes. Does that mean your
Marvelous.
unswayable mind comes
Then I'm going to be taking +1 dice to all of these rolls.
Yes, yes, you
Because
do have an
I have unswayable mind.
Nice.
Because
I
fuck
love
you,
that. True. I always forget they have fortitude, which is probably exactly what it should be. Yes. So, could you please? Yeah, I think we will have just a little roll here.
Marvelous.
I will have you make a resolve plus your choice of etiquette. I think it's mainly just etiquette, etiquette or politics.
They're both the same.
They're both the same. Okay. I mean, he's not great at like wits and performance. So, but the way the system works is in the same way that in physical combat you take the difference in terms of damage to your health track. In this system, you take damage to your willpower.
Okay.
Ah.
So it literally irritates you. It makes you less able to function. And if you start taking massive amounts of willpower damage, it is a kind of permanent decrease to your social standing potentially as well.
No, I don't want that.
Depending on the people around you, for instance, if you lose an argument in front of the rest of your coterie or the primogen. It's the extra willpower damage is increased as well, and there's lots of verbal sparring matches that can occur in Vampire. And so
Oh,
I
well,
thought
thank God it's just me and Eagle.
Yeah, so I thought this would just be a good, quick example of it to introduce it to the game.
Good idea. So the first roll I made was 5 successes.
That is plenty, yes. So he actually is a little thwarted by though you're not sniping back, I imagine, your stoic expression through kind of the most ingenious of his taunts that he's trying to get a rise out of you one way or the other. You just keep on walking, and
There's
kind
probably
of like
a soft little smirk on her face, and she's just doing this little subtle humming just in the background.
and in doing so, that actually riles him to the point that he takes the difference. And but basically, by the time Oberon and Ophelia arrive, he's quiet. He's shut. He's realised that there's no point. Met his match here, and it's just embarrassing to keep on trying. So Oberon and Ophelia, you step out of the cab to see a sullen Eagle, kind of legs swinging, annoyed, and a slightly smirking Lady Grey, who's perhaps looked like she's got the dog on a lead, as it were, almost.
I love that image.
Hello, Lady Grey. Hello, Hawk. So we got quite a disturbing call from Rogue. Have you found him? Oh, I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Never mind. It's not worth it.
This one is becoming well trained, much like his child.
Well, let's see what Rogue's gotten into before we go down the well-trained path.
Yes, good point.
So you called him. You got a call from him.
Yeah, he said, fuck, I'm dead. Fuck, shit, fuck, I'm dead.
Well, of course he's dead. He's a thin blood.
That's Have you tried, I don't know, calling him again?
Don't forget there's also the part where I said about I can see the sun.
Oh, yes, he said, I can see the sun.
Oh, he means he's going to meet his final death. Oh, that's slightly more serious.
Yes, a bad death. Yes, true, final death. We did try calling him. He did not answer. That's a lie, but you guys don't need to know that.
Well, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think he's dead.
No, he found a place to hide.
Uh-huh.
He's a resourceful little guy.
Yeah, very resourceful.
He stayed with me long enough to be resourceful.
Let's think. If you were Rogue, where would you hide?
Sewer, maybe?
Chance. Nosferatu there. They'll kick you out.
Okay, and where else is suitable to hide in this area at the very last minute?
If only there was a maze of containers.
Yes, but quite obviously, Rogue did not make it back to the containers last night. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been alone.
I know, but if only there was some way he could have had enough time. If, for instance, he had an hour and a half to dip into a city and come out.
Oh, if only he didn't have an annoying cunt with him that fucking left him behind.
Okay. Yes, you guys are lovely, but this doesn't help. Let's start looking around.
Looking around.
I'm sure that wherever Rogue goes, things follow. If he found a place to hide, I'm sure people would be aware of him. Let's find him, you guys.
Sure. Let's split up north of the city between the 5 of us. I'll take these 3 boroughs. You can take Marlborough, Downs, Grange, and the rest. and then why don't you two? You can take the train yards, and that's only poor, probably 500,000 buildings to check between the four of us.
Okay, let's not be
Okay.
facetious,
You know,
sir.
I'm just asking if you've got a plan.
I have
I've
a
got my
plan.
own things to do here, including information gathering for you cunts. I'm happy to do business. He's fucking dead, and if he's not, he'll find you.
I agree. We should probably head back to the nightclub just in case he turns up. At least one of us, because there were some people who wanted to meet me there, and I just don't want to be out all night again.
Although it's possible he won't answer, I will discreetly grab my phone and try to call him.
Okay, so you had lied, right, about calling him before?
Yeah, we didn't think to actually call him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Rogue, do you want to hop into the secret room with me?
Yes.
See, I told you that secret channel would come in useful at some point.
Yeah. We'll be back in a minute, guys. Hang tight.
Oh man, now we have to talk about something. We have to fill dead air.
Wow, you almost synced up perfectly with that Patrick gif.
There's a Patrick gif.
In the general.
I figured out how to. Well, the next episode is going to be so splendid because instead of just recording the screen, I put little pictures on the screen, and they'll be very entertaining. Like the storage container from before, I put it on the screen when it was relevant.
Nice.
There's no storage
container
container
like that.
now. Now we're just looking at the map and a picture of a burning church. It's not burning yet, but it was foreshadowing.
Well, this has gone. This has gone well. This has gone well.
Yeah,
I'm
for
of course
the worst disaster that could have possibly happened. It's gone swimmingly.
Little one is not getting his pocket money for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can find a way to twist this into an interesting story.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult to cover up.
We'll just use it as an excuse to purge all the human traffickers. They're probably the ones who are going to be the most mad about this.
I know what I can do. I can go speak to the mayor.
Ooh.
I'm sure he can do something. He'd help a darling friend out.
Is it really worth it, though? Are you really going to call in a favor with the mayor?
For a little one, yes.
Wow, it must be very important to you.
Aw, Lady Grey, your heart is showing.
Sorry, I'll sew that flap of skin back. Must have got it caught on the cargo container door or something. Oh, it's this hoodie, this disgusting hoodie I'm wearing. It's eating through my flesh.
That must be it. You
That's
have
it.
flesh-eating disease now.
We are coming close to 3 hours now. It's 2:48.
Oh, did Chunk find you okay, Lady Grey? Was he of use to you?
Yes, he was the one who provided me with the phone to get in contact with you this evening.
That makes sense.
I seem to have. I will have to go into town at some point and find a 24-hour store and pick up a Nokia 3210. Other brands are available for the online stream.
What did I tell you about my herdlings, Ophelia? Get your own.
That's fine. Gosh. I don't like your herdlings anyways.
You're always trying to steal my stuff.
Well, you should learn how to share.
I do share, and you take advantage of it. And then you take credit for my awesome chunk having a cell phone.
Yeah, well, you know Chunk wishes he was my herdling.
God, I am so glad I'm an only child.
Chunk is the most loyal herdling imaginable. In fact, one day I might even make him into a ghoul
Wow.
if he earned it. You gotta give him something to aspire to.
Of course. Otherwise, they just get lazy, you know?
Yeah, just like Guillermo.
Literally thinking in my brain, this really sounds like what we do in the shadows at this point.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
I really cannot wait for the third season.
Yeah.
You know, Rita, actually, the girl reminds me of you for some reason.
Nadja.
Yeah.
Wow, they sure are taking a long time to decide if he's going to answer the phone. Oh, it's the beast. It's the beast thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the horrible mess that we are going to have to cover up.
Mm-hmm. Somehow.
Too bad that. Too bad we can't record it for the story. Nobody's gonna know what happened.
I get the feeling that it's going to be gruesome and horrible enough. We'll probably be able to work it out.
Copy link address. I'm gonna make pesto tortellini for dinner.
Yum.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, it's frozen, but
It still
Is
sounds
it
good.
Trader Joe's?
uh,
Is it from Costco?
I think
If it's
the
from either of those, it's going to be delicious.
I think the pesto we got from Costco, and their pesto is good because it's basically like pretty much the same as if we made it ourselves.
Yeah.
So, except I put way too much garlic in mine. So
I like to
it
believe
just
there's no
tastes like
such thing
garlic.
as too much garlic.
It's true.
Unless you're Oberon.
My grandpa used to just like he would have like soup or whatever or like chicken for dinner, and then he would just have pieces of garlic. He would have garlic cloves and he would just bite them like
I used to do that when I was
raw.
younger.
And I tried it. It's actually pretty good. It's
Yeah.
a sharp bite.
Yeah, I like to tell some people that there's like a spiciness to garlic, but then they laugh and think I'm being like, you know, how they always make fun of white people for not eating spicy food, and they think I mean it's spicy in that way. But I really just mean like it has a certain,
Bite.
yeah, it has a bite to it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like it's not spicy like hot, but it has like a little. Have you ever had? We used to just take a whole head of garlic and you drizzle some olive oil over the top, and then you wrap it in aluminum foil and just put it in the oven, and then when you take it out you can just squeeze it and they all come out, and it's really delicious, and you can spread it on bread.
With
This
the
is
skin on it.
Vampire Food Hour with Ophelia Oberon and Lady Dolores.
Funny
If
enough.
you'd like to phone in, the phone number is 555. I don't have a real number. That's 555. I have a real number.
I actually have a folkloric block on garlic, so
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Oberon would never be able to enjoy
really sad.
pure garlic.
And today, this evening, we're going to be cooking some garlicky pasta.
You know what I just realized about my stigmata is that it's just always on.
What's that?
I am always bleeding from the palms of my hands.
Oh.
Only slightly.
I
Like only a little
thought
bit.
that only triggered at hunger 4.
Okay, that might be the case. I was reading about it in the flaws list, but it could be for V20 and not V5.
Give me 2 moments. I will quickly check that for you. My V5 book. I don't know why I sung all of that.
It would be
Because
cooler
it's
if
fun.
it would be cooler if it happened in times of desperation rather
Yeah,
than
that's
always.
what I thought. It would make sense if it's just like, yeah.
Hey, what do you think of Prince Philip dying? Britain.
It is a shame,
Hmm.
but he lived a long and good life. So
That's true.
yeah, I mean he was 100 next month in June. So floor 1 point stigmata. You begin to bleed from open wounds on your hands, feet, and when you reach hunger 4.
Perfect. Okay, that makes way more sense.
Excellent.
Welcome back.
All right. Ophelia.
Yes.
As you go to ring Rogue one more time, your phone actually rings and it is him calling.
Ah, look, guys. I'll answer, but I won't put on speakerphone this time. Hello, Rogue. Where are you? Are you okay? No. Okay. Where are you? No.
In a mall, I think, outside a mall. There's a lot
Outside
of
a
people
mall?
around.
Did you stay in the Downs? Are you near where Eagle left you?
I'm in a bin.
Okay. But did you leave the burrow? Are you still? Because we're here. We're looking for you.
I didn't
I
look at the
hand
road.
the phone to Lady Grey.
These things have trackers. Track me. I'm sending my
Little one.
location.
Oh, this is true. Find my friend.
Okay. I'm having the phone taken out of my hand straight away.
Yeah, take it back.
What is this?
We'll find you, Rogue. Stay
We
put.
don't.
Stay
Wait,
hidden.
hold on a sec. We don't have phones with touchscreen. We don't have smartphones.
I
Nope.
said I did,
No,
but I don't know if it actually breaks the law.
If you do have a phone that is touchscreen, you will need to make a rouse check every time you wish to use it because it is speed sensitive.
Blush of life.
So you are
Got
allowed
it.
to have one.
Oh, blush of life.
Yes, you're allowed to have one. It is just you will need to make a rouse check for the time that
I
you
understand. Okay, then I don't think I would do that then. So we don't have that. So I do hand it back to Lady Grey to see if she can speak some sense out of Rogue. He says he's in a bin in front of a mall, but he doesn't say anything else.
Around this point, you can both hear through the phone, and Rogue can hear the sirens getting a lot closer.
Oh, do we hear? Do we hear?
You start
like,
to hear sirens through the phone, yeah.
But can we hear them IRL further away from us directionally?
Probably, but they're probably not the same sirens.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah, this
Little
is
one.
the end of the city.
Little one, you say you're outside a mall. What is the name of the mall? What does it say?
Did I capture the name of the mall?
No. It's on a sign, and I don't think that's what you were thinking of.
Nope.
Describe the front. Just give me something to work on here, little.
It's dark. I'm in a bin.
I will give you an intelligence and history check to try and remember the name of the church.
Ooh.
History? There's a history roll?
Yeah. Is there history? There's no history in this.
There's no history.
I'm channeling my D&D. Intelligence awareness. Probably.
Awareness, yeah.
Wouldn't Streetwise be
no.
your
That's
wise
only
to
2
the
dice
literal
for me.
streets?
Yeah.
That is 2 successes, though.
Sure. St. Bartholomew's.
Okay. St. Bartholomew.
Saint
near a church.
Bartholomew's. Does that mean anything to anyone?
I gotta go. Bye. And I hang up and off.
Yeah.
Little git. Does that mean anything to anyone? Hawk, you, St. Bartholomew's?
Eagle.
I love
I'm
it.
calling you Hawk to annoy you. I don't know if you could tell that. What does St. Bartholomew's mean to you?
It's a church up in Richmond's.
Good. Take us there.
All right. It is Sunday after all.
Oh, well, perhaps we will pop in to raise a toast to our dear God Jesus.
I did.
Then he starts to walk towards that way. It's about 20 minutes away.
And is it chaotic?
Well, you haven't quite got there yet. Rogue,
Okay.
do you want to pop through to the secret room again?
Me?
Yep.
Yep.
So he's alive?
Do 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 do.
Well, let's make our way over then. What are we
Walk,
waiting
walk,
for?
walk. Walk, walk, walk.
Perhaps I will make sure he doesn't have his pocket money for 150 years. Maybe I'll make him torpor for a bit.
Yeah, stake him through the heart. Just a little bit. Not for long.
250 years will do.
That should be enough. Wait, are we aware that something
I don't
is
think we know the
amiss?
mayhem yet, necessarily.
Oh,
We know that he is hiding in a trash can. He sounded scared, and there were sirens near him, but
Oh.
we don't necessarily know that there were for him.
When did they
I
go in
think.
the other room? What's going on now? Guys, I'm gonna put the picture of the dog in the video.
Do it.
I am glad that we have not screwed up this badly, requiring this of let's go in the other room.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
It's
I
like
don't know where I got it.
one-on-one meeting with the principal.
Also love the fact that there is only one member of this coterie that caused a masquerade breach yet. And that's me. Because I thought I was going to be the first. I'm going to say that now. Because I'm rubbish at stuff like that.
Wait. I don't think I've done it yet.
You have by association with Oberon.
Okay, that's true.
I don't even. I'm not sad. Like, there is a Nosferatu walking around, but biting somebody was a masquerade violation. Like, I'm not gonna question it, but I guess I am questioning it. I'm not following the logic.
He's probably doing something to cover up. And if he's not, Lady Grey is glaring at him. Hi.
Hello. You're going to get a phone call again.
I answered, and then this time I do just put it straight on speakerphone.
Yeah. It's about 5 minutes into your walk.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm picking you up now. Where are you?
What do you mean you're picking us up?
I'm just going to lay down on the horn just really quickly.
What have you done, little one?
He's playing GTA.
I stole a car.
He's on a GTA rampage.
Little one, answer me this question and do not lie to me. The car that you have stolen, does it happen to have lights on the roof?
Hello.
No.
Good.
Okay.
She will relay.
So let's walk with a bit more pep in our step.
He's coming to pick us up, or they are coming to pick us up, I believe, in the car. So if we just relay our location.
Perfect.
Hey, Chunk, you guys should probably leave now.
Oh, are they with you? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Yeah. They head
Well, I
off.
haven't dismissed him yet.
I thought you left them at the box town, my dad.
Yeah, I thought
I wasn't gonna take the car from him. I'm not a
we took
monster.
We took a taxi from our house.
Oh, well, did Lady Grey take the car from him?
No.
That's what I was thinking. She walked with Eagle. I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh,
So
okay. I guess he was dismissed then. But
Yeah,
now
okay.
he's double dismissed. You're free to go. You have the night off, Chunk.
You say to the empty air. Okay. Are you guys going to give like street names and eventually try and make your way and meet up together?
Sure.
Yep.
and I'll also start, looking out for a speeding, erratically driven car.
Okay. Is there a place you'd meet? Were you just going to meet on a street corner and get in, or is there like
Yeah.
a pub or a park or somewhere that you'd navigate to in the kind of 10-15 minutes that this would take?
I would assume we're going for speed, so probably whatever is the fastest.
Yeah.
I think a street corner probably.
So, I mean, Rory, do you want to describe what they see?
Okay, so you see a lovely silver but more battered Peugeot 207 roll up, and inside is an entirely painted red Rogue.
Yes.
Give it when we enter the car. Do our olfactory senses pick anything up?
Well, the car is missing a window, for instance. Is definitely one of the issues. There's red all across the passenger seat from looks like something or someone slid across into the driver's seat. There's a lot of red. In terms of
The olfactory senses, of course, being the sense of smell.
yes.
Does it smell of iron?
Oh, yes.
Mm.
That ain't paint.
I think I can sense that.
What have you done?
Looking at his knuckles that are white on the steering wheel as well, there's mixtures of glass, stone, and what looks to be one tooth currently embedded in between the knuckles. Not really bleeding from them, but there's definitely blood just oozing around him everywhere anyway, including in his hair. His entire hoodie and jeans, torn as they are, can't really see the tears through the now congealed matted blood as well on him.
Oh, there's
Little
also
one.
still a crucifix sticking out my back.
There is also a cross in the back.
Little one, I have two things to say to you. Number one, and she's going to pull the hoodie away from her body slightly. You look worse than me right now. And number two, no matter what you've done, I brought you up better than this.
Can you make the tortellini?
Take it. I think we need to go home and talk.
I will
Rogue.
readily slink
Whose
into the
car
back.
is this?
I don't know.
How about we just get out of here before we ask questions? Hawk, you're coming with us.
Eagle.
It'll be
But
dead
the
once we
more
get out of this
you-
car.
The more you fight it, the more it's going to happen.
I know. Jesus, you really threw the shit at the fan today, didn't you? It climbs into the back seat.
Lady Grey's getting in the front passenger
Oh
seat.
yeah, I don't think anyone doubted that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
bro, you sit in the middle. I don't want to sit next to Hawk.
That's fine.
Thank
Eagle.
Someone do me a favor and pull the crucifix out of my back, please.
Grab it and then give it a little wiggle before throwing it out the window.
Was it a nicely crafted crucifix?
That's a good question. If it was lovely, I would have kept it.
So it's made of a metal that bends.
It's garbage.
Poor quality. You could do way better than this rogue.
It was nice. It seems to have been bent against some perhaps resistant skin.
Next time, try to get stabbed by a golden crucifix.
Rather than one that's merely painted.
How about, may I suggest, not have a next time?
Another question I'd like to ask. I'm
Mhm.
assuming not, but would the beast have picked up the gun?
No, that's fine.
Damn.
With him.
It is.
No, there's a
I
nice
assume
gun
not.
with fingerprints and everything all over it.
So I'm
Wow.
assuming you
If you
stole this
remember
car, right?
tearing it from his grasp as he was trying to shoot the final rounds into you. Oh, let's push that memory away.
No, I broke in the window of my own car.
Well,
I do assume we are now driving and talking, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay,
bloody well hope so.
I'm a second I slowed down, walked past the church, wave at the police.
can we go back to the nightclub now and clean
Yes.
this boy up, and then I can go hang out with some cool people?
Oh, and you don't
Oh,
think we're cool?
somebody.
A lot of lots of people missed me last night. Okay, I can't spend all night running around bathing in
Don't
gore with you guys every night.
mind him. He's in a mood today.
Well, the way things are going, I have to clean up little one, and then I have to clean up little one's messes.
I think
Bro.
this mess might be too big for even you.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
Rogue, his eyes are very much on the road. You know, he's silent for the next few seconds. Briefly, he glances over to Lady Grey, and then he just sighs, and all he whispers is the word, the beast.
Oh, God.
You know, when the beast took over me, all I did was bite a girl's wrist.
When the beast took over me, I murdered a load of people, and you're going to be on the list next.
Little one.
Can the
Well-
fucking Nosferatu in the van be the next one?
No.
You know, I slept in a fucking church for this cunt.
And I slept in the shipping container.
I slept in my lovely room.
Yeah, we slept pretty comfortably.
There is a Lady Grey glaring at you in the...
I will be driving us to the club, though. So I don't know how long till we get there.
It's about a 40-minute drive.
Oh, God.
It's a long drive. You're on the other side of the city.
Does anybody want some radio music? And I turn on the radio, probably on the news.
Oh no.
Yep, your bloody hands fiddle with the radio. Eventually going on to the local radio, BBC Radio Broadmouth, bringing you the finest tunes throughout the day. And here on this lovely Sunday evening, you've got me, Carl Wigsworth, to take you through the city. And it begins to chat about various things, but soon enough you come to the news headlines again. And the top story tonight is shocking images still coming in from the scenes in the quaint little district near St. Bartholomew's, where a murderer unknown have killed at least 5 people in the night of the city, and is still missing. Police are looking for any information, and so if you have any ideas, and begins to describe Rogue character in pretty accurate detail. They perhaps average his height at 5'5", which is a bit off, but still call him a smaller gentleman, and are asking for more information and witnesses. Police are still on the lookout for this man. That's definitely the top story tonight. But there's also, a little protest going on about the new KFC that's taken over a Christian bookshop. It's small news as well.
Radio goes off as soon as that news report is over.
But yeah, the news spills that 5 people have been murdered by someone who matches Rogue's description.
Little one.
5.
What the absolute fuck?
lovely night for a drive.
What did those 5 people do to deserve that?
They did nothing. I tried to solve things my way, and my way doesn't work.
There is a reason that you were put with me and my guardianship, and I appear to have failed you tonight. That won't happen again, will it, my little one?
No. Though you failed nothing. What failed me was that asshole in the back. I will
Forget
be
about
looking at Eagle through the rearview mirror, by the way. Just glaring.
He ain't making eye contact. He's got his eyes firmly on his right leg, trying to avoid the mass amount of tension in this car that he's randomly been invited into.
Forget about him, little one. For now, it is just me and you and the car and this world and your big fuck up.
I'm sorry.
It's going to take a lot to clean this one up. It's going to take a rather large amount of cleaning up.
But we have a cleaner, right? We can sort it out?
I do think I'm going to have to speak to the mayor. Lady Grey will probably remain quiet for the rest of the car journey from that point onwards.
I'm gonna try to make conversation with Eagle.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and clean some of the blood off of Rogue from behind him in my seat.
You probably don't have enough material for it all.
It's just like busy work, you know.
You're
can,
just
like,
rubbing it in more.
Yeah, you can.
And you want to be moisturized by the blood.
Secondhand blood. Yeah, you can start. You can wipe at his neck with There's probably some wet wipes or something in the car.
Oh
Just
god,
like
was it a baby?
Don't distract him while he's driving.
Yeah, but Carl Wigsworth continues to play some excellent tunes over the radio, and with a little bit of conversation between Eagle and Oberon, Hawk and Oberon, the tension that is palpable in the front is slightly reduced in the back. Though there's perhaps still occasionally hushed tones from Eagle, as just the weight of the fury that's perhaps being exuded from Lady Sorian Catelyn Grey makes itself known within the close confines of a stolen, bloody Peugeot 207 being driven openly around the streets.
So, Eagle, what did you do before you became a vampire?
Sorry, my mind was somewhere else, thankfully. What did you say?
Well, before you were a vampire, what did you do?
Oh, not much. Car salesman, engineering place.
Oh, did you know that sales is the number one industry with the highest instance of sociopathy?
I did know that.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Are you any good?
What? Engines or sales?
Selling.
No, my business was more in the mathematical side of it, I suppose. Kind of, if I call enough people, I'll get enough sales.
Got it. It was a numbers game.
Yeah, and connections to people and things always help out. And I knew who to buy cars off cheap. Like, for instance, if, I don't know, someone murdered a bunch of people and stole a car, I'd know where to get it and how to clean it up and sell it off cheap, like.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe actually you could take this car when we're done with it.
Was what I was thinking, yeah. Perhaps you could give me a bit of money and I could take this car and deal with the problem for you.
Wow, that's so cool how you don't even ask for money and we have such a good relationship where you take
Yeah, I'll take
cars.
200.
Or how about this in the back? You will take this car for fucking abandoning me and letting me suffer this night. And you didn't even teach me alchemy like you promised.
Listen,
Wow.
shit. You got into this mess by yourself. I just sent you out there to fetch one fucking mortal. You couldn't even do that. This ain't on me, it's on you. And if you aren't going to learn from it, you'll get what's coming to you one way or the other. Camarilla are going to
Hey,
fucking
whoa,
crucify
quiet.
you.
What are you bringing the angry energy in here for, Eagle?
Oh, I'm not angry.
You
I'm
left
trying not to
him.
laugh.
You left him all by himself.
Left him? I sent him to fucking get someone. It's no problem. Just
Well,
grab any.
how long was he gone for before you decided to go back?
He's gone for about half an hour before I started looking for him. Maybe
Well,
40 minutes. I don't know. I don't keep track of time.
don't I'm on Eagle's side with this one, Rogue. You really, even if he did something wrong, I mean, he's not the one who's covered in gore right now. So, you're not exactly on the high horse in this situation.
Wow.
Maybe I'll knock the price down to 150.
I'm going to reach over and put Lady Grey's seatbelt on for her.
God.
Because I am quickly going to slam my foot on the brakes.
Okie dokie.
Well,
Were you looking at traffic before this, or is this instinctual?
this is instinctual.
Okay, I've made two random rolls tonight. One was to see if someone would be baptized on a Sunday,
What a roll.
because that would have been a really interesting thing. And the other is going to be for a random traffic accident. Okay. You slam the brakes. Horns erupt around you, and you manage to avoid a collision. The people behind you manage to avoid you. As you slam on the brakes on this basically dual carriageway that you're on, going round the bends of the city. People slam into their seatbelts and take effectively 1 point of superficial damage each if you don't have a seatbelt on. Eagle does not. I don't know if the rest of you do.
Apparently, Lady Grey does.
Yeah. Wear your seatbelts, people. Public service announcement. And
Click every trip.
the car begins to grind to a halt as people get thrown forwards and backwards. And I imagine you all erupt at once.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
You need to drive, Rogue.
Get out.
Yeah, I was planning on it. He's already opening the door and saying, all right, fuck off. Hopefully never see you again. All right? Sorry.
Get our information.
I'm gonna get out with him, with Eagle.
All right. You step out onto the road of a dual carriageway and try and nip across. You don't need to roll for it. Diving across the traffic onto kind of the.
Oh, is that like a highway?
Yeah. But there's like green banks on both sides. And he starts to just walk down the bank effectively, and you can follow pretty easily.
Since I believe Lady Rogue's going to chastise Rogue soon, I'll follow Oberon.
Okay.
I don't want to be involved in that.
All right. There's like a lot of horns from behind you guys as you illegally stop in the middle of an A road and take passengers off and then climb down the bank across traffic. And there's cameras on here. This is worse. And you guys leave and walk down the bank following Eagle, whilst Lady Grey and Rogue are left in the car alone. So, we'll deal with down the bank first. As Eagle's basically stomping off away from the rest of you guys, kind of throwing his hand up in the air like a kind of angsty child occasionally, as he's walking down the bank towards the city. It's just a long little hill with some trees to try and block out the noise. You guys following to catch up, or are you following to kind of stay in range?
Yeah, I'm walking with him.
Walking with him. All right.
I'll stay a little bit behind, but close enough to hear them if they're speaking.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it's not hard to catch up. He's storming off, but he's not going too quickly. Muttering to himself, "That's the reason I fucking left him behind, useless clod. Just gets everyone into trouble. He's probably going to get himself killed now." Oh, what do you want, Princey?
Oh, wow, that's such a nice
That's
title.
so
Thank
sweet.
you.
Wow, I didn't realize you thought so highly of him.
Well,
Oh,
I never thought that lime green's in, but
he told us to get out, so I got out. And well, it's been a stressful day for all of us, so I figured we could just walk together. Maybe I don't know, find some computer parts to steal or something.
are you trying to make me feel better?
What do you have to feel better about? You're
Well,
on top of the world.
yeah, sure. I'm on top of the world. I'm in the middle of a part of the city I hate, surrounded by other people, and you're asking me if I want computer parts.
Well, I was just wondering. I mean, it seems important to you,
The thing that would probably make me happiest is if I never had a night like that again. I'm being blamed for someone useless who I only pretty much just met, apart from a couple of nights fulfilling a deal. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. I'm just looking for something else.
I didn't blame
Right.
you for anything. What did I blame you for?
Nothing yet.
I think you misunderstand this.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just trying to make a friend. I don't. You think
Well-
I want something out of this? I'm just trying to make sure everybody's happy. Rogue's unhappy. You don't seem happy. What is there to be unhappy about? It's a beautiful, crisp night. The night is young. We've got
Mm-hmm.
plenty of options. I know you don't want to be seen out, so
Yes.
I'll help you keep it on the DL.
On the DL.
Yeah, that's what we Americans use to say down low, which is
Down
to
low.
say, out of the not attention grabbing.
Incognito.
I'm going to go back to the Asian bad boys hideout for me, and I don't think an American in lime green pants, is going to help me keep on the DL. So really, I think what will make me happiest is to leave this whole charade behind me, that I don't get caught up with it, and some Camarilla harpy doesn't try and string me up with this and that a month down the line.
How far are we? Are we closer to our part of town? Or
Yeah. You're not from here, are you?
No, I'm asking you out of character.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You're not from here, are you? Yeah, you made it like 20 minutes down the road, so you're on the ring road going around the city, clockwise going around the city. So you're kind of halfway through the Granges, basically.
Well, Eagle, we're like halfway to our nightclub now already. Why don't we just go there? I can offer you one of my herdlings, slake your thirst, and we can just take a moment to just calm everything down.
That would be so great, Eagle. You'll love the club, and you look a little hungry. So what? Yeah, come back with us.
And he doesn't want to, but you guys are persuasive people. So one of you can make a charisma plus persuasion check, and you can have a dice penalty equal to the other person's persuasion, if that makes sense.
I'll let you roll, Andre, because I think you're probably the one. I'm just kind of like parroting behind you, like, yeah, come on.
Sure.
With a penalty?
No, with a bonus equal to, in this case, Ophelia's persuasion skill.
Okay, so you get an extra 2.
Yeah, because she is aiding you in this. Okay, it was a 2 die. I didn't want to just say a 2 die because I wasn't quite sure what it was.
I got 6 successes and a possible bestial failure.
What is it with you and rolling failures?
I don't know. It might be this fucking app.
I use it. I've never gotten a bestial failure. Oh, I got 1 possible bestial crit. Or messy crit, whatever that is.
Yes. Okay, so 6 successes, again, I'll remind you, is a very, very hard check. So that is that is enough successes to attempt to calm a hostile and violent mob. He is reluctant. He is not that reluctant. And over a little bit of time, you get him to stop walking and then agree to come with you, if only perhaps to shut you up initially. But with your high roll and your guys' natural abilities as Toreador as well, are you attempting to show him a good time and try and win him back?
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's been lonely, and I'm trying to befriend him, even though it might not. I might just be trying to manipulate him. I don't know. Out of character, I don't know if I really like this person or not, but I know that he's useful. So I'm just trying to show him a good time and
Yeah. Okay.
make it worth his while.
Yeah, and you do. You guys have a very pleasant walk, and it's much easier to have a nicer walk when you're in the nicer part of town, and it doesn't smell so bad. And your house isn't a box of metal and all these other things. You feel and see, particularly you, Ophelia, being a reader of people, you see his shoulders grow less tense as he grows more comfortable around you. Occasionally hitching in stress whenever like a siren or something goes by. But generally he relaxes and you guys begin to talk about mundane things, material things, nothing too important as you walk back towards the White Rose. And so we will leave you there as a kind of easygoing, talking, chatting, perhaps joking and jesting with each other. And we'll leave that nice, carefree attitude behind us as we sink and submerge ourselves back into the tense coldness of the blood-stained interior of a Peugeot 207. And go.
So yeah, once everyone's left, except for Lady Grey and Rogue will start the car and look for somewhere he can actually park.
Alrighty. So yeah, you pull off the next little interchange of a roundabout. There's like a large Asda as a supermarket to pull up, as well as kind of just quieter neighborhoods if you just want to leave it on the curb somewhere. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine he's not going to get out of it yet, but he'll park it there because that's the plan to leave it.
Okay.
Oh, we're just stopping here, are we, little one?
We need to dispose of the car.
And how exactly do you plan on getting through the city when you are, shall we say, absolutely head to toe in blood?
You're wearing normal clothes underneath those rags.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, hang on. Wait. Yes. Yes. Oh, the hoodie's straight off. Here you go, darling.
Rogue, yeah, will take off the bloodstained hoodie and put on a tattered and dirty hoodie. But not bloodstained.
And Lady Grey's back in her suit where she belongs. Ah. And also getting out of the car before the suit gets any blood on it at all.
Yeah, Rogue's just... He's staring straight ahead. Hands are still back on the wheel. He's zoning out, almost.
I thought you were leaving the car here, little one. Little one? I need your attention. Little one, you will listen to me.
Lady Grey's going to see a side of Rogue that even she hasn't seen at this point. Rogue's managed to hold it together for, well, many years that he's been a kindred. And possibly for the first time, as he turns to look at her, blood is tearing down his face.
Well, that's... Little one. Why are you crying?
I didn't mean to cause this fuck up. I tried so hard to fix it. And more people died. Is that all kindred do?
Not all the time, darling. Not all the time. Some of us still have a modicum of control. Some of us refuse to let ourselves go.
What if I turn out like him? That's my biggest worry.
Do you want to turn out like him?
I want to destroy him. I want to drink him dry and make him suffer for what he did to me.
And what if you didn't? What if you let him go? How would you feel?
I would feel as though I never revenged my mother. Look, this is useless. I'm not human anymore, and I need to accept that.
That is a dangerous path to follow along. And one I will guide you away from. We can fix this, darling. I know you didn't mean to cause additional pain to people tonight. It'll all be fine.
With that, Rogue's going to wipe his eyes and get out the car.
Let's just get back home or back to the club. Let's get you tidied back up. And then we can set on the course of fixing this.
Yeah, like you always have.
And like I always will. I should not keep Discord open when there's moments like this going on.
Moment gone.
Oh, it's brilliant though.
It is brilliant.
Oh dear.
I also want to Rogue's going to pull a shard of metal out with his teeth from his hand and possibly swallow it. And I'm going to ask Toby if that would activate alchemy.
Snorts in rules.
Rules state blood plus metal shavings.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple bullets in you as well, just so you're aware. Like, I'm going to talk to you about your health after this.
Yep.
Because you got shot additionally.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sure. That seems good. You got some metal shavings definitely around.
Oh, perfect. Oh, we need to dispose of the car, don't we? And he's just smiling at this because he can feel what's going through his blood now. And I'm going to activate Far Reach. So, a lovely rouse check. Oh, succeed. I don't gain any additional hunger.
Yeah, you are at hunger 0 at the minute as well.
Oh, excellent.
All right, were you activating Far Reach?
Yes.
Okay. What is the plan with this then?
The plan is basically to use my lovely new powers to kind of force a telephone pole to drop on top of the car. Make it look like that kind of incident happened. Or a tree, or just something like that.
How much does a telephone pole weigh? Between 6 of us. And it was pretty heavy. I think it... Lift, push, or pull. I'm gonna say that this can be done if you're using your methodology correctly. If you are just trying to brute force it, it won't work.
Yeah.
If you are attempting to use the science of levers and physics and those sorts of things, then
I'll definitely be rocking it back and forth and such, which I reckon would.
So I'm going to give you, instead of resolve plus alchemy, I'm giving you intelligence and alchemy.
Ooh, that makes no difference whatsoever.
Okay, that's fine. But there's a decent chance this won't work.
Oh yeah. What's the target number out of curiosity?
It's 3 or 4. I'm just having a look.
Okay, so there's a chance this could work. I'm going to rouse my blood for that extra die.
Okay.
That's a success, so it doesn't.
Yeah, this is not a moderate challenge. This is a challenging one.
Mm-hmm.
You were looking at 4 successes. To topple a telephone, yeah, given it's rooted in cement.
That is 4 successes.
That is 4 successes. All right. So, again, at about 8 o'clock at night, maybe 8:30 at this point, in the middle of a little quiet neighborhood, you, after parking your car, begin to will a telephone, a wooden telephone tower to topple onto your car. It begins to shake. The concrete under it begins to crack a little bit before you end up just splintering the wood very unnaturally to fall on top of your car and crush the still bloody seats within.
It'll at least keep them guessing.
Yeah, there is an almighty smash, and people in the homes around you look out of their windows to see what all the ruckus is about.
Okay, darling, time to go.
I mean, I use telekinesis. I'm nowhere near it. But yes, he's going to go. He's also looking very pleased with himself.
And you know what, darling? You can wipe that smuggler.
He's now just silently laughing. The smug look is still there.
What time is it? Okay, yeah, excellent. It's pretty good timing.
Yep.
Are you all reconvening back towards the club then? Because if we were walking, we will pretty much arrive at the same time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good place to go to clean him off. Them off.
Yes.
Eventually, Ophelia would realize the potential risk. Like, we don't necessarily want Rogue to know that we've brought. I don't know. I don't want them to run into each other and start another.
Well, you think we're in the car still.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're right.
What happened?
I was just saying that I would hope to not let Rogue and Eagle run into each other again, but we don't realize they've ditched the car, so I wouldn't have that thought yet.
Yeah, but you may check to make sure that you don't walk into each other. That's fine.
Cool. So yeah, I would just kind of keep aware of that because although we don't know the full story, I do know that A, Rogue is not a fan of Eagle, and B, he did just kick Eagle out of the car and we followed, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of,
Fair enough. Absolutely. But as in the end, really the five of you come back to the area with perhaps bloody clothes left behind, but still bloody handed and bloody browed. Rogue, Lady Catelyn, Ophelia, and Oberon all see waiting outside the entrance of the White Rose in his suit, looking very different from the nights before, is Otto, the Malkavian harpy, in sleek black shoes, with feet tapping impatiently, waiting for your arrival.
Oh, I don't like that.
Who gets there first? I guess
We'll find out next week.
Okay.
If it's us, I want to walk up to him with my hand extended, expecting I want him to greet me nicely.
And that wasn't what I had planned.
Things went a little mad.
Yeah, I thought I was going to show you why he was collecting computer parts and that fun stuff, but no. Oh,
Some of us got into a bit of trouble.
That was crazy.
That was. I'm going to rewatch this and count how many things I can pull you up on.
I'm expecting it to reach double figures, maybe triple figures.
Oh yeah, it got worse as well when we went into the room.
Oh, I know. I am wholeheartedly expecting me to really have to be a parent.
Sorry, Mum.
Oh man, the camera are really going to come for you. Yeah, so just be aware of that. Be aware of that. Next session.
Just would I know? I guess you probably won't answer this. I don't know if we would know this, but would people be aware of the happenings already? Like, is that why Otto is here?
It is a strong possibility with something this blatant.
It's already been on the news. And
in my head, Lady Grey's already going, oh, great, the harpy's here to kick me out of the camera.
Yeah, okay.
This is what they live on. This is what their worth is. They are the Camarilla in this instance. So
Very.
Yeah, the first person to get to you is really the first person to reap the rewards of holding things over you, etc. They are vultures circling prey, and yeah, they are. You have given them a fucking feast with this. It is fantastic. I am very excited to see what you guys do.
We're gonna have to join the Sabbat. That's it.
And well, gotta find them first. Yeah.
On the bright side, there might be an Elysium to go to soon.
Yeah, this is this is not at all what I had planned. But this was fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah,
Rogue really gave into that beast.
yes, it is 2:00, and I am realizing I'm fading fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Before
But yeah.
we
Oh,
finish, yes, I vote, despite the chaotic nature of the beginning, Rory really brought it together in the end with the role playing. So I vote
Agreed.
that
I kicked you all out my fucking car.
Yeah, but the scene with you and Lady Grey was just so good, and I feel really bad that the gift ruined it, but that was really good.
Oh yeah.
I vote Rogue gets the XP, the bonus.
Thank you. I'm going to have to disagree though and say that Artemis deserves it a lot more than I did because playing the Parenti role to this mess, fucking hell.
Yeah, there were some pretty choice moments and very bleak humor throughout. I would be more than happy to award both of you, Artemis and Rory, a bonus experience point.
I'm going to say that was a tough session to play with Lady Grey.
Yeah, yeah. You were balancing a lot of things.
I'm turning 30 next year. I'm not thinking of having kids next decade. I'm having to be a fucking parent.
Oh man, yeah. I just also liked your interaction with Eagle. It was just funny as well. Just the those cackles as well. They make it.
That's my laugh you get.
I know, but the cackles. It's a cackle when I'm hearing it through the visage of Lady Grey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. Yeah. So 2 experience points to 2 of you and 3 to the other.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would love for this VOD to be put up so I can rewatch it and take notes because I'm not going to write them tonight, which I usually do.
Yeah,
Is that all right?
I'll upload it right now.
Oh, fantastic. I mean,
I'm actually going to end the recording. Thanks for watching, nobody.